How's it going? I can see a few of you coming on. Just trying to wait for my guest to having some last minute situation going on. Sometimes you've got to update your Chrome on the on your laptop, etc., to be able to make it work. So just trying to get that sorted now in the background, hopefully. Hello, Andy Hobbs. How's it going? Evening. Hi, Paul. Hi, Nigel Monday. How's it going? All good, thanks. Just waiting for my guest. Hopefully he's going to be able to get on. I think his brother Stu was setting some stuff up earlier as well, but you do have to update have the updated Chrome on the laptop, stuff like that. So hopefully they get that sorted. But while we do that, we can do my thank yous, etc. So hi you all, Lee Ashby here from Motocross and Speedway Memories. Hope you're all good. It's Fruity Friday and it's the weekend, so all good, eh? I'll get my thank yous sorted out while I wait, and hopefully my guest can get on soon enough. Right, I'd just like to say my thank yous. Big thanks for the support to Simon Pardo of White Eagle Finance. They give quality financial advice for pensions, mortgages, investments and protection. Check the website out at www.whiteeaglefinance.co.uk. You can quote my name or Motocross and Speedway Memories to get free advice from Simon. Big thanks to the MX legend Stefan Everts with his S72 gin and vodka brand. Check out his website on www.s72gin.com. Big thanks to Owen of Owen Developments. They specialise in supplying turbochargers to a global customer base covering motorsport, performance and aftermarket OEM sectors. Check their shop site out at www.owenturbos.com. And his other website is www.owendevelopments.co.uk. Big thanks to Terry Smith with his Terry Smith Painting and Decorating. You can call him on 07961537505 for any of your painting and decorating needs. Also, big thanks to Mr. Craig Triplett of Jardine Conservatories. You can check those guys out on www.jardineintalford.co.uk. Right, hopefully I'm going to get my guest on soon. I'm just going to check my messages. Hi to my pure white swan son. My mum's just come on. She got a nice surprise bunch of flowers today, so I'm in the good books. Whoever's put Top Jobly is, I can't see your profile, so I'm not sure who that is. But I've got a plan, people. So the people that don't get to click on the thing before you come in to register your thing, you can always just write your question and then write your full name after you've written it, and then that way I'll know who it is anyway, regardless if you've. Because as you've got your profile up, Mr. Priolet, hi mate, you can see your name in profile, but if you don't click on that link that they put up, oh, it's Jason Higgs. How's it going, buddy? Otherwise, you can't see, look, it says Facebook user, look, people that, and if they register your name, look, in profile, it's just like basically when you get one of them apps on Facebook or a game or something like that, it asks you to give it permission to use your profile just so you can see your name and a comment, basically. But if not, you can just write your full name if you ask a question. Is cool as well. Hi Simon, how's it going? Just waiting for my guest. Not sure who that is. You've not registered, but it says great show, mate. Keep it up. A massive shout out to Kilbs on his new job at Eastbourne from Matt. Oh, it's Matt Stevens. How you doing, Matt? How's it going? So that's cool. If you put your full name at the end, then I'll know who you are anyway. You're the man, Jason. Wooden Hand Andy Hobbs. Fingers crossed I can get my guest on soon. You've just got to update. I've had a couple of the guys have to do that at the last minute. I think Max Anstey said to me, oh, damn, I've got to update my Chrome. You sort of get this instruction thing that I send to all the guests, and sometimes they forget. Yo, how's it going, Charlesy? Buddy? Hi, Neil Scowdin. Hope that's how you pronounce it, mate. Evening, Lee. Great work. Keep it going. Thanks, buddy. Hello, Nathan. How's it going? Just waiting on my guest. Hopefully, can update his Chrome. I've just had a message off of him actually saying he's going to go on the tablet. Won't update. Okay, cool. No worries. Sorry, people. I'm just speaking to my guest on Facebook. So hopefully we'll be able to. He's going to do it on something else now. on a tablet. So hopefully Stewie's helping him out. Evening, Pete. How's it going, buddy? Love that profile picture. Getting the old sand spray going there. Looks pretty cool. Hopefully, just waiting on a guest. So hopefully we'll be able to get him on in a second. Got the promo video. I'm on. Fingers crossed I can get him on soon. I was literally, from the last couple of minutes before I came on as well, was downloading another video clip of some races of his and then sending it over to Facebook message and then saving it onto the StreamYard onto here as well. So that was the last second dash I was doing on that as well. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got about 6 video clips of my guest doing some cool passes as well. So that'd be pretty cool. Cole put, we are a bit behind here in sleepy Suffolk. Don't worry, buddy. Guest's not here yet, so my mum's put, your new t-shirts have come, but it wasn't in the hope to collect tomorrow. Yo, Marvin Cox, what a legend. Got to get you on, buddy. Can't wait to get you on as well. He's basically been excluded by the 2 minutes by quite a long way. He's you got to update your Chrome on your, if you've got a laptop, you've got to update the old Chrome on that, and I think he's now trying a tablet, so hopefully he gets sorted. Nightmare. Oh, it was Weymouth Beach, was it, Pete? Nice picture there on the old profile there. Very cool. He wasn't late when he rode for Edinburgh. Yeah, he can drive like 10 hours to Edinburgh and be on time. I've literally just downloaded another video of him as well at the last second. Evening, Lee. In the meantime, can you give us all an update on Swindon Speedway? I'm not sure what's happening with the new track, Dave. All I'm aware of, Dave, is that the plan is to update the stadium during this season now that the Robins are not racing, and they're hopefully all planned to come back for 2022, mate. That's the only thing we know at the minute. So that's all I can let you know at the minute, buddy. I don't know anything else than that. Not sure who that is. They've not registered their name. But any of you guys, if you haven't clicked on the link in the post before you come in, that gives us permission to use your profile and picture. But if not, just write your full name after you write a comment, and then I know who you are and I can quote you. Yes, that'd be awesome, please, mate. That'd be great. Loved watching your career as well, Marvin. That was very cool. Got down to Oxford a few times on the bank holidays, things like that with Swindon. That was good. Gavin Ratman's put, I watched the 94 World Final be the other day. Cocker cost Boise the world title when he passed him. Someone's put, he's probably swigging a bottle of Gold Label before coming on. Trust a Speedway man to be late at the tapes. Just going to see what he's right now. I'm on Chrome on a damn Chromebook too. It won't update. Tablet is updating. Okay, cool. I'm going to just put Marvin Cox. Wasn't late for Edinburgh, but he's definitely excluded, isn't he? About 14 times now. Oh no, nightmare. Hopefully it'll be sorted in a minute. He said it's the tablet's updating, so fingers crossed we'll get him on soon. Let's hope the internet's good after all that. You got good internet. Not sure who that is. I sound like a repeating thing, don't I? I'm gonna have to tell people about the link to click on. Hope you guys will get into this by now. I don't know who's put Highly there. I can't see your name and profile. You need to click on the link in the post if possible, and then you can get your name and thing up. Hopefully he's going to get sorted out. That's okay, John Turner. I was in panic when you rang me. Luckily, I always don't forget. Don't worry, I'm on the game. I had the phone on silent, so it was all good. Hey, George. How's it going, buddy? Hope that's all working. I'm not sure if the subtitles work for you live now, but I know that you can watch it afterwards with the subtitles, George. So all good. So that was good that you can do that. Right, let's have a look. Let's see how we're going. Copy and paste. Stream now. 2 comments. Can bring in. Could do that, yeah. Who's gonna come in then, Adam? Adam says you can. Obviously, I could put the link in the comments, and I could might get overawed. Right, how are we getting on? Let's have a look. Hopefully, he's going to be in a minute. Maybe we could show a little bit of coverage while we're waiting. I could do that, couldn't I? And I'll also show you guys this as well, that about all my media and everything you can follow, share, and all that sort of stuff as well. And then I'll show you a few bits as well while we're waiting for our guest. Here we go. And if you don't know, a lot of you have been messaging me today as well for tickets on the bike, on the Sebastian Tortelli JHK Kawasaki 250cc 2-stroke replica. So I really appreciate that. We're pretty much halfway now, pretty much 100 tickets gone, another 200, so we're halfway. It'll be a week tomorrow that the bike's been going, so that's really cool to do that in a week, half a ticket. So really appreciate that, everyone. There'll only be 200 total in the draw, and yeah. So I'll let you just see a promo of this as well, of the bike competition I'm doing now. Bumped into Peter Sampson at Baldock services the other day, and he had a quick chat about Paradise Wildlife Park and the Speedway Zone. I haven't actually been to that either yet, Paul. So definitely get into that. Can't wait to go there and check that out. That'd be really good. Papa Hare used to stress when it was about 10:30 and we still hadn't left Ipswich for in Edinburgh. Yeah. Long old journey that was, wasn't it, from Suffolk? I'm sure that was just a few hours and a few miles on the clock, eh? I did because obviously Stewie, his brother, sent me the DVD of Lawrence, and so I've been watching that in the week and everything. And I think it said about a good 900-mile trip all round. I think it was mentioned on the actual DVD as well when he was riding for Edinburgh. Let's have a look, see how he's getting on. Got loads of people messaging me. I've just to tell a couple of them that I'm on a live interview. Yeah, let's have a look. You can hear the bike as well here. She's a peach. She's a peach. Evening, Lee. How's it going? Just waiting for my guest at the moment, buddy, so you haven't missed anything. John Crooks put, come on, Lee, I've shaved twice waiting. Yeah, he's more than broke the 2 minutes. We've broke much more than 2 minutes. Oh, brilliant. Not sure who's put that. Don't know if you could register, click on the link before you came in, whoever that was. It's all going on in here. I'm obviously in Poppy's room. That she's here now for the weekend. So I've got Poppy in here on the phone watching thing. I've even got the dog in here that I've just had to give a little tap because she's like flat out snoring. Oh, it's all going on. Oh God, I hope we're going to get Stuart on. Stuart, can you help him, mate? Got his brother Stewie's helping. God, hopefully they're going to get this sorted. Lee, who have you got live on Monday? I've got Jeremy Doncaster and Chris Louis. You know what time it is. Yeah, if it would have been Ebden, he'd have been off. he'd have been. He'd be on a serious fine right now, wouldn't he? Wow. Nightmare. Oh, hold on. I've got some action going down on the bottom of my screen. Fingers crossed. Device is not connected. Is it trying to come through? Marvin's put, Cameron Rickman, hi, that's the spirit of the sport, is to race to the checkered flag. Exactly that, buddy. Nothing's given in the sport. Neil Sandys, he's put, it could be good if you've got some current riders. I've got, yes, working on that as well, Neil, by the way. So, oh, and also, by the way, I've spoke to Nikki Pedersen as well, literally the other day, and about mid-March, we're going to do Nikki Pedersen's as well. Talking to quite a few of the guys. I did Chris Holder a couple of weeks ago, Neil. I'm not sure if you saw that one. So I'm not too sure. Oh dear. No, what's going on? Don't look like he's being able to come through. Yes, definitely going to get Cocker on. Will I be doing this throughout the season? Yes, Neil. No plans to stop any interviews. I'll do it throughout the year. Yeah, no break on that. So yeah, I'll be looking to do a couple a week. One motocross and one speedway. I know this week's been a bit full on. Daryl Connor, how about Sean Moran? I did speak to Sean Moran. He's not too keen on coming on video, unfortunately. Right, I'm just going to take this call a minute. Hold on. Hello. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. Hold on a second, people. Sorry about this. Hello. Hello. Okay. Well, I've never heard anyone trying a Chromebook, so I didn't know about that one. All I know is people have done it on phones, iPads, laptops, and PCs. So, have you got any of them? It's just coming up as the device is not connected. I've never seen that before either. So you can see me, but I can't see anything on him on there at all. So it's obviously not working like that, is it? What phones have you got? Because some of the guys have done it on their phones as well, so that's possible as long as you've got charge, obviously. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Okay. That's all right, no worries. I've had Marvin Cox in here saying he said he made it on time to Edinburgh, but he didn't make it on time. That's all right. All right, all right. Thank you. Cheers. All right, okay. Evening, Craig. How's it going? Just having some technical issues. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Oh, happen. And I literally, as well, I was just saying to everyone on here now, I literally did another extra video of his racing as well, literally like the last minute, and like downloading it, putting on here. I might even show people. I might show people one of them while we're waiting. Loads of people have been in here talking. There's already nearly 80 people in here. Hi, great videos. Always love them. Michael Lee would be great if you could arrange it. Another one I did speak to, but he's not too keen on coming on, unfortunately. Craig Triplet, all good. Lee, your interviews are the best. Do you do your very best to answer everyone's questions as well as your own? Yes, mate. Will do. What are you trying now, Stu? Okay. Try on the phone. Evening, Andy. How's it going, mate? We're just having a few technical issues, but hopefully we'll be on soon. I've showed people the bike competition video and my social medias one, and the bike running. I could show them a video of the guest, I suppose. I've got 6 videos downloaded that I can show highlights of. All right, we're just trying something else that's been downloaded, so we're going to have a look. Yes, I'll definitely do that, Craig, about interviewing Luke Becker. Tommy Palmer, how's it going? Also, I don't know if you know Adam Winslet, that does the other Farley Castle stuff on the Vets He's put in the comments on this live interview about StreamYard.com resources, documents, devices, and equipment link by the looks of it. Maybe, oh, hold on, something's coming up on the screen. Let's see if it comes up. Oh, I can see something coming on. Yeah, I can see that's working. I can see it's going around on the floor, isn't it? Oh, there it is, yeah. All right, that looks like that's working, so I can see him. So, yeah, I can see him. All right, cool. Cheers, buddy. No worries. Bye. Right, I think we're there. We've using the phone now, so I'll just get my promo video ready for you guys. Right, looks like we're in then, people. So fingers crossed, all be cool when I get him on. Oh no, it's gone off. Has it gone off? Oh no, it's back on. Right. Hopefully. Right. Let me get the video going, and then we'll try and sort that out. I can see him down in the corner there, so fingers crossed that'll get sorted. Right, here we go. We'll get the... Oh, it's disconnected off now. Nightmare. Oh, it's all going on tonight. How's it going, Jeremy? How's it going? Hopefully we don't have any technical issues on Monday. We're having a few tonight. We've gone by quite a bit of the 2 minutes overlap. I can see him at the screen again now. So, right, what I'll do is I'll go for the promo video, and then fingers crossed I'll be able to get it sorted once we get on. I can see you down there, buddy. You can hear me, but I won't be able to hear you until I bring you into my screen. I can see you all right, though. Yeah. So I'll get my promo video going then, people. Technology, exactly that, Gem Doncaster. Oh, right, here we go then. Let's get the promo going. Oh, right, here we go. Right, that's what this man was all about, out in the dirt, making the passes. Big cojones, as we call it. It's the man. Here he is, Lawrence Hare.
Hey.
We got you, Lawrence.
Oh, mate, nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Have you ever heard of a Chromebook? It's not compatible with Chrome.
Wow. Considering it's all to do with Chrome as well, you'd think that would, wouldn't you?
I know, I don't like the StreamYard, but then tablet didn't like it, so I'm on a phone.
Yeah,
all set up.
we're all good. I can hear you good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. So it might go on the floor at times, but bear with me, all right?
All right. We got a nice view of the stuff in the background as well, which is nice.
This is Lucy's favourite room in the house.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of lag as well.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
All good?
Right. At least it's on anyway. Yeah. Oh, mate, you'd love it in here.
Yeah, I bet. When you showed me the helmets the other day, I got a bit excited. Nearly done my stitches in. Right then, Lawrence. We'll get into it then, Lawrence. How did you get into Speedway then, Lawrence? And what was your earliest memory of the sport? And what bike did you start
on? It's quite a lot to unpack there. I mean, we had Sim 50s, the little junior grass track bikes, junior Speedway bikes.
So that was your first one, a grass track?
Yeah, little kids, me and my brother used to ride around the garden. We took up the Speedway. Obviously, my dad's a big Speedway fan, and he knew John Louis. We got to know, Chris, and Chris was doing junior grass track, so we got in a junior grass track.
Yeah.
We did, so we did that for years. I mean, the scene around here, it was huge, compared with like now, Norfolk and Suffolk and everything.
Yeah.
So junior grass track, and then we went to motocross. We got Chris into motocross.
Yeah.
After that, we went. How did we go? We did the motocross, and then Chris went on to Speedway, and then later on he said, look, you can make a living and earn while you're riding here. So, and that sort of thing. He was in the team. He made it Hackney. So then I went through the junior ranks at Ipswich. But the first time ever I was working for Dick Partridge, slogan Randy. He did the Paris Dakar a couple of times, and Chris did it with him.
Oh wow!
And he so I worked for him for a while. I was doing motocross, and he had an old Jawa. So he said, I mean, Mildenhall, Speedway was much bigger then. Mildenhall actually ran training schools on a Sunday, but they ran them on a Tuesday night as well.
Wow!
Which today it would be just
no chance. Yeah.
No chance. So we got this old 897, this oil pumper thing.
Yeah.
Back of a Hyundai, straight in the boot, hanging out the boot, strapped it in, and went off to bloody Mildenhall. And had to go around there. So that was my first ever ride. I carried on motocross.
How did that actually go then, Lowell? How did that go the first time you got on the Speedway bike?
It was all right, but coming from motocross, it was, the thing is, it was like you're all wrong with the Speedway. Coming from motocross, used to sort of, I'd ride and give it some up the straights and sort of lead in with the front wheel and wash it all out with the front wheel and everything, and think, shit, this bloody tiny little tire, it won't turn, it won't grip. Also I realised later that the front wheel doesn't turn in. It turns out you steer with the back end. Sort of lead in, a hell of a leather up the straight, lead in, lose all the front wheel, nearly hit the fence, lock up out the straight, up, lock up out the bend, up the straight, and then, but then I went slower into the turns and start to learn to skid it more of the way around. So I got on all right actually the first time, but I thought, oh, this is just daft, this bloody sport. This is just ridiculous, Stick with the motocross bit. So that was the first ever time, really.
We've had a couple of legends already on. We've got Jeremy Doncaster. Seen Marvin Cox have already been on. He was saying that you were never late to Edinburgh, but you're late on here.
Oh, right. Late to Edinburgh. 420 miles. You're going to be late. You're going to be late sometime, rather.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, pulling up there a few times late. I wasn't really. Yeah, I wasn't that great on time. But
that's brilliant.
That was when I was a junior in Ipswich. I used to help Donk. Used to go spannering for him, went to Bellevue and that sort of thing, So, and Reading. So I had some good days there. Learned a lot really with a mechanic and that sort of thing. So there were some good days really.
So what age were you when you left grass track to go motocross then, and the age you were when you got into Speedway from motocross as well? What sort of ages are we talking about?
I think I left grass track, we were about maybe 12, 13, something like that I was. And then did the motocross for until I went adult. I got the sort of expert status adult, but then had to go to the Speedway, in about 89, something like that.
Got some nice pictures here as well from the grass track while you're talking about that.
Yeah, me and Dewey. There was loads of local races. The Norfolk and Suffolk Club had, full. There was, they were full. The lineups and everything. The groups.
Love that bow helmet.
I wish it had it now. Yeah, Mini Moto.
Yeah.
Granddad and Dad. Chris Louis in the background. They were JL.
So that's him in the red on the left. Right.
Yeah, well, in my class there was like me, Chris Louis. I think there you go. Lee Farden on the right and Johnny Cooper on the left. They all rode Mildenhall, and there was a lot of the Speedway guys all came through the local ranks at grass track. When we went to the further afield, the British Championships and that sort of thing, there was all obviously Mark, Lauren, the Kent sort of area, and all them and Javi at all they all sort of came through the grass track.
So that's your brother Dewey. As if anyone doesn't know, that's Stuart Hare, Lawrence's brother. So what was the reason for the number 34 then, Lawrence? Was there a particular reason behind that, or was it just something you were given, or?
No, just given the number, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I still use it to this day for certain things, and whatever.
Yeah.
Still a good number, really. So
yeah. So we went from grass track onto the motocross.
Yeah. Yeah, into 80 and I think into 80 and then into 100, the big wheel Hondas and that. I think that one had off Banks, Justin Banks sold one. Used to have a lot of bikes.
Did you?
Yeah, the car that was adult. That was but yeah, the junior motocross around here was that was pretty stacked. The classes we had, like Mark and Justin Banks and all in this area, John Barfoot, Tony Marshall, all named
great riders.
Yeah,
I know all those guys.
Yeah, Matthew Day. I think Anthony Skerry that comes on here as well. Load of the sort of local guys, all really strong. And then with the 2-day events, the like the Ellsworth for the national, the 2-day nationals and that sort of thing. You had, the likes Paul Mallon and Dobby and Rawson and everyone came down. There was Jamie Ferguson. There's so many good riders around about then.
Stacked out, yeah, real good.
Yeah, yeah,
All went on to have massive careers.
yeah. It's brilliant.
Got Neil Sandys. He's put really good of Lowell to come to Exeter for the 90th reunion a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was good. The I think which one was that? There was a reunion meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I think where Ivan rode the last laps. The Ivan Major, which is pretty legendary.
Oh, he's put a couple of years ago, so this must be This must be a couple of years ago. This one.
That was that was recently. That was was like a night they done. Yeah, at the pub, So there was a load of people. Colsey and Cobra and everyone came round. Came over. It was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Similar and that.
Got Gary Stead's come on as well. Look, good on you, bro. He's put.
Yeah, awesome. Hope you're right, Gary. Yeah.
Gonna get Steady on as well, so that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be good. A good story as well.
Definitely.
Rode loads of times against Steady. Yeah, I beat him in a runoff to get. I beat him in a runoff once to get in the British final. But he made
that's going to go down well.
Yeah, but someone else dropped out, so he all got in anyway. But now
someone was injured or something. Yeah.
Hard times, hard rider, great rider, Steady.
I got Sadie Blooms put. Nick says, "What a great first year down at Exeter we had. Great memories."
Oh mate, such a laugh, really, really, a right laugh. Yeah, we had Nick would come and help my brother and my dad and whatever. We'd often go down Exeter on the Monday night, and then because I got to know Simon Stevens really well back then, so he'd say, "Yeah, come down Newquay." And the next day, I thought, we're down like 300 miles. What's another 100 miles? So exactly. Trekking down there. I didn't mind to drive. I didn't mind to drive at all. We go trekking down there and do the bikes at his the next day and stay at his and whatever. So I think Trelawney rode the Tuesday as well. So sometimes we were racing there, But yeah, some good times down there. So that was we had fun that year. And I got a hang of the Exeter. I hated Exeter before that. Absolutely hated it. Yeah, she should turn up and you look down the straight, and just all you saw was that steel safety fence turning right in front of you.
Yeah.
You just thought, that's just mental. What the hell are they doing? What are they doing? The track was like a bloody ploughed field.
Yeah.
You could plant spuds in it,
A bit rough as well, isn't it?
Yeah, wavy and rough. You thought, how the hell are these pigs are? I just want to get home. But then I had one good meeting there, and then I ended up going okay there, and used to get quite a few guest bookings there, really, and sort of, ended up signing from you. You get you get the hang of it, and just like anywhere really, whatever's your home track, sort of, you learn to adapt to it, and so yeah, we got on well there in the end, and we had a great pair, me and Simon. We had a laugh doing it as well.
I have got some footage that I'll show the guys on there as well, that we can show them there as well. That'd be good to show you that. But what riders did you look up to riders when you were doing grass track? Was there guys you looked up to from grass track, and then the same in motocross and speedway when you were young? Was there guys you used to look up to as your heroes, idols, that type of thing?
Yeah, well, it was my dad did know John Louis, and he was my idol as a kid, I suppose. It was, late 70s, something like that.
Yeah,
into the 80s maybe. We'd sometimes with him go by his house at Claydon, we'd be in there doing his bikes in the workshop on where, and you thought, in awe. You know, this it's your sort of idol there. You know, got to know Chris as well, and but then after he sort of left Ipswich, it was Cookie. It was John Cook. John Cook, Cowboy. He was something
Cowboy,
unbelievable. Seeing him go around in cigars when the Americans came to Vauxhall. There were some awesome days. You know, Donk was riding there as well, and I think it was Preben Eriksson and people like that. But I mean, Cookie be hanging off the bike, leg out. You know, first one to kick the leg off and stuff like that, wheeling down the straight and everything. And he had the sort of he brought the sort of skate and surf stuff came in about then. You know, all the, I don't know if people remember things like the sort of vans, you know, and town and country and all the American, you know, all the gear, that sort of thing, which we're quite into. That it was sort of that scene as well that the Americans brought and the flamboyant stuff. So there was some, that it was good to relate to that. But then when I started racing as well, I think it was Andrew Silver really.
I loved him.
He was sort of into the England team, him and Javi and that, and I was a junior with Ipswich, and we'd go in the junior team around after the first team everywhere and certain places, wherever Swindon or them sort of things. You'd see the first team ride and whatever, and then you're out afterwards. But when you got into it and were sort of knocking on the door at getting a team place, that sort of thing, and these guys you were looking up to, and I mean, it was the British League was incredible at the time. So many good riders. And the England team, they're all in the England team, so you go to the test matches and things like that. And it was Andy's style, and same as Cookie, really. Hanging off at leg back and all sorts going on. So. But so then later on, I think it was Jan Steckman, really. He always looked at him because riding in the second division, he was sort of the top dog in the second division. He was all immaculate kit and all that sort of thing, and he was just sort of head and shoulder. There you go. Yeah, he was a top man, and I think being a top bloke in the National League, I think he rode in the British League Riders Final as a guest or something like that. The league riders and things like that. But he was one to look up to him, and he was, like I say, he was a top man in the second division, really. So a few really, as your journey goes on through you progress as a kid watching to racing, and then all the way through, you sort of your heroes their heroes change then, really, but that's the way it goes,
I just got a load of the guys that are all coming on. Tommy Palmer's put ride the fence low.
Tommy, we had some good nights with Tommy and Mark and that around at Mark's place. We definitely got some good photos and pictures there. One night with a hot tub. Don't know how the bloke didn't break his neck. It ended up like me, really. Jumping in the hot tub off the fence and stuff like that. We used to go back to Mark.
My God.
Yeah. Full on. In the off season, of course, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tommy. Brilliant.
Mr. Jeremy Doncaster's just put the steel fence added additional safety.
Yeah, it did. When you got the hang of it, you could hit it and bounce off. At least it wouldn't suck you in like a chain link fence. We did obviously no airbags then, no air fences or anything like that. You could never put an air fence round Exeter anyway. You just never could. Dragged you up to the fence, and because it was so high, the banking and the dirt used to pile up as the meeting went on, the dirt used to pile up and up and up all the
Mm.
way to the fence. So it sort of stopped you, and you got a lot of grip over it as well. So, yeah.
I think we'll see that on one of the videos as well. And this man is probably looks like he's going to watch one of the videos. Mr. Sean Tacey, he's on one of the videos that I've got to show. he's
Hey,
put,
Sean.
yeah, he's put me and Lowell, teammates at Ipswich, a good friend. We won everything for Ipswich back in the day of the second half. Got a lot of time for my old teammates.
Yeah, hey, Sean. We had we had some good times there. We had the junior team at the time was me, Sean, Savalas Cloughton, and Ben Howe, and we went through we did the whole season unbeaten. I think we won every in the junior team following around the first team obviously, and Ben was riding in the first team as well. And we'd have we won every meeting. I think we drew away at Bellevue or something like that. And so we had a really good season. And then the following year we all went, we all got first team places. Coventry wanted me and Sean to go there. As a pair at 6 and 7 as a reserve. He went, but I was deciding whether to go to there or to Edinburgh, and I chose Edinburgh. So, but yeah, had some good races with Sean. I think we had a big pile up on the Sky TV one at Ipswich as well. I think my footrest caught his front wheel or something like that, and we ended up going over and over, and I ended up on the centre green and that. So yeah, but we had some good tussles, really. Brilliant.
I've got 5 or 6 videos to show the guys. All I can see is a bit of a picture of this, so I'm hoping I'm going to click on the right one when I do this. So while we've got Sean on, we might as well get this bit of video on while he's on. So basically, I think this video is at Exeter. Sean's I think it's heat 15, and this was you trying to get buy-in to complete a 15-point maximum, I believe. So hopefully I'm going to click on the right one here. But here we go. Here we're going to try this out. Lawrence Hare is going to have to really race if he is going to take a maximum here, because Sean Tacey will surely be wise to the outside run that Lawrence employed in heat 13. Heat number 12. And this time he will be looking to fend off the attack of Colton's number 3, who is of course looking for 15-point maximum. Michael Coles is not under contention. Les Collins is held up at the back. And Lawrence Hare is again looking to move out into the dirt to go past Sean Tacey and secure that full 15-point score, but Tacey's riding a sensible race up front. Hare though moving outside and coming off the third and fourth corner as we come into the last lap. Has he left it too late? Tacey's riding a sensible race in the good line up front. Hare is going around the outside again into the dirt. He's going to do it, I think. No, Tacey closes the door in no uncertain terms. Lawrence Hare not to get it done. He's going to go in this time, I think, around the outside, coming up the last turn. He's just done it. We go across the finishing line, and that's another superlative. Beauty.
I don't know. Was he Glasgow? Was that? Is he riding for Glasgow?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe you can tell us. Maybe Sean can come on and tell us. The best man won on the day. Last lap. Last lap low. Last lap low. Yeah, remember?
It was hard to pass on the third and fourth. I mean, it was just you ended up turning. I mean, the fence came up so quick. You ended up trying to turn to stop hitting the fence, and always ended up hitting the curb on the way out. But the other bend was. I mean, it's hard to pass at Exeter anyway. Really, it was it was difficult. You just had to let it run further and further into the corner. Once that dirt grabbed hold of you, pull your arms out. It's just incredible, really.
Used to have a big set of balls to do that.
Yeah, well, it was still Exeter's one of them places. I mean, even as a home rider, when it got going well there, you still had going out, from the pits, walking out to the bike on the they parked the bikes up ready to push off just outside the pit gate. Even walking out there, you still had sort of your heart in your mouth, really big, you're very nervous, or I was. I think most guys were really about racing it, because you're walking out over thick dirt, really deep and everything, and getting on the bike, and you think, oh, gee, here we go. I was a little bit. You're always a bit nervous, even when you're on a roll there and going really well. It was that sort of track,
Yeah, always have to be on your guard and all that. I got Rob Peaslee here. He's put, "Hi Lowell, hope you're keeping well. Thanks for talking to me for the Speedway Star and the Oxford programme last year. All the best from Rob Peaslee."
Hey Rob, yeah, thanks. That's good, mate. Rob does lots of stuff at Oxford. He's some good times at Oxford, and he was one of the guys sort of behind the scenes and everything there as well. Some great people there, and everywhere I went really, and made good friends with a lot of people. And that top bloke, Rob.
Just letting the daughter out of the room to go toilet. It's all going on here. Right, we've got Gary Stead here. He's put Alan Revo was at the pub once, and Neville. They were so funny animals in the pub. Great times at Exeter. Loved to go in there. I went there in 1990 with Stoke and Tops card with 10. Always loved it there, and riding with Lowell in many different places. Such a wonderful family. Always had fun with you guys.
Thanks, Gary. He's a top bloke as well. Yeah, I had so many good races with him. I remember as well, used to mechanic for Mark as well, go helping him up Bradford, and he was in the team there,
Yeah.
I think they won the league. They won the league that time with Screeney and Avi and
yes, I remember that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And Steady, always lovely kit. It's top of his kit, everything in Hull as well. He was a real professional. And I spoke to Gary, after his accident as well, and that sort of thing. It's fair play to come through that as well. How he did, top bloke, always in a second division up and down the country and whatever. Because I rode at Oxford, Edinburgh, we did have, because there was a sort of, I was up north with you did a lot of northern meetings with Hull and all them sort of things, and me and him, you end up guesting for different clubs, so we did meet each other a lot, But, no, he was hard to beat as well. He's really, really good bloke.
Yeah, very good rider. I got Stuart and Stuart Baker here. Nice cover pick there, Lawrence, in your Oxford days that I've got up on the screen. They were good days, mate. Always 100% around the balls at Cowley. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Just usual grind, it gets different life, different things. You always sort of learn, with one thing and another, with mishaps, and maybe go on too late about certain things. And I've had more bloody injuries in the chair than I have racing, I think.
I know you. All those things you sent me on Facebook today. Wow.
Yeah, I know. So, but I mentioned before, I broke my hip almost a year ago. And I'm still waiting for things to be done with it, and like getting referrals and things, but it's not. So sorry if I keep fidgeting around. It does give me a lot of grief in my chair and things. So, but I mean, yeah, all part of the course. Really, you always learn and always have to be aware of things of what you're doing and wherever you're going. Obviously, with loss of sensation, certain things, burns and all sorts of things. But anyway, that's another sort of whole area, really. But yeah, not too bad. I'm good.
I've got Andy Rackham here. He's put, remember doing a weekend when you were riding at Stoke, and we took in Alton Towers. When we came out after going on all the rides, Papa Hare had washed the bike in the car park and was warming it up.
Yeah, we had a bit of a tour because Andy and Gav, we grew up with them as kids, in the local village and whatever, and they'd come with me during the racing and whatever, and we'd go to we'd go to. I was obviously riding at Edinburgh at the time. That would be 94 and 95, and they'd come with somewhat of a. No, that was a year before when I was still a junior. We were doing stuff.
Yep.
So they'd come with us, and we had us ride at Stoke, and then we'd go. We went to Alton Towers the next day, and we went in, and Dad was doing the bikes and everything in the car park, and the market car park attendant was sort of coming up to him, and he sort of lent him a hose and things like that. So he'd be washing the bike and making a mess of the car park and everything. The bloke, no problem at the Speedway,
That's
So
brilliant.
we went one off on Alton Towers all the way, came back, and Dad had done the bike and everything like that. So happy days, really. Getting the
I love
van
the
on.
dads.
Yeah.
Love the dads.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Brilliant.
Papa's done some miles for me.
Yeah, I bet.
Definitely.
Just a few.
Yeah.
What a legend. What a legend. Got Chris Brown here on YouTube. He's put, great to see you, Lowell. Hope you and the family are keeping well. Chris Brown.
Yeah. Hi, Chris. Yeah, we're all okay, really, mate. Yeah, Chris did help with a website, and fan club and stuff at Oxford when I went there. They were sort of early days of the internet, really. There was hardly anyone had websites back then, but Chris was a bit of a boy on that sort of the technology front.
Yeah.
And I think he had Boise had a website, Steckers had a website, and I think I did. I don't think it was anyone else did. But there were some early days of that sort of thing, where it's just a completely different place to now with the social media and everything. It's just instant, isn't it?
Yeah.
From
Different.
yeah.
You guys
But
can't get away with anything these days.
No, you got to be careful now. I'll bite your tongue half the time now, haven't
you? Yeah.
Yeah, certain things are just, oh dear. But now,
Imagine they'd
Chris,
have had all this in the 90s. Imagine if they'd have had all this in the 90s when you guys would get up to. Oh my God.
yeah, I know you'd be, yeah, dear me. But no, hi, Chris, he's great bloke. I know some great people at Oxford. Everywhere I went, really, everyone was good. Speedway sort of people are just like that wherever you go. Whatever you do, and everywhere I went, there was just so people were brilliant, really.
Got Gavin Rackman. He's put, sadly never made it to Exeter with you, Lowell, but I'll never forget the Edinburgh days. Lowell always rode his nads off.
Yeah, Gav, Andy's brother. Obviously, we came a few times with us to Edinburgh. We there was some funny times up there. I mean, I raced for him. We had I never used to drink at all, really, but then we'd go up to Edinburgh, and I remember the first time I went there, and after the meeting and everything, it was come up the bar, whatever, and walked up the steps. I mean, Powder Hall was a brilliant stadium, really, and remember sort of going up and opening the door to the bar, and it was just like this wall of sound, There's everyone in the bar, all of them. You can imagine, can't you?
Yeah.
And the Rackhams and that used to come up, for the. I mean, the place. I can't believe I'd done it. It was 420 miles each way.
Mental.
But but I did get offered quite a good deal to go and whatever with the travel and everything like that. And I thought, well, I'd rather, I'd go there than Coventry. I made the right decision, really. But yeah, we go to the bar and everyone would be in there, and God, I mean, some good days there. And then it was Alec Harkness, his son David. Davey used to we got to know him up at Edinburgh, and he used to work on one of the doors in one of the nightclubs on Lothian Road or something, right in the centre of I can't remember the club's name, right in the centre of Edinburgh. And he'd say, "Oh, come around, we'll get you in after and whatever." So, of course, we're up there and we stayed and used to stay with Mike Hunter and Kenny Cryan, either one or the two, and everything. And so give us a front door key, so we'd go race Exeter, Edinburgh, and then we'd often go out afterwards, make a sort of, because we're there for the weekend. Sometimes me and Dad would drive and literally drive home after the bar and everything, and the same day. But a lot of times we'd stay over and come back the next day. But me and my brother, we're doing Andy and Gav Rackham, and that we'd often go to the go down to see Davey, and he'd let us in the club straight in front of the queue, jump the queue, straight in. We'd end up on a bit of a late night there, over there. So had many a late night and many a weekend over there. It was all good fun.
Sounds like some good time. Yeah, all good times by the sounds of it. Got Paul Mitchell here. He's put, hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Paul, in the wheelchair out there, he said.
Yeah, hi, Paul. Hope you're getting on all right, mate. I speak to him online.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and that there's a few of us around. We sort of stick together and chat stuff together about,
I got Dave Mander here. Hi, Lee. Can you ask Lowell, did he always enjoy his Speedway, or did it become his living rather than just an enjoyable experience? And what was the best memory or memories he had during his racing career? Double one there.
Yeah, I enjoyed it most of the time. It does get a bit of a grind when you're in a bit of a rut, and I mean, I think I went through I went so long without an injury, and then I sort of had some injuries all at once, really. And then they set me back a bit, and you're right. I know when I raced for Ipswich, I'd done my back at Newport in the off season, and I didn't. I couldn't breathe very well. I had to end up in the winter there with this bloody body casting, this plastic cast like a bloody mutant ninja turtle, and I couldn't move anything. I'd broke some bones in my back, and next year I'd signed for Ipswich. Had a bit of, the sponsor at Ipswich, Tim Woodward. He was, he sort of wanted me to go there and whatever, and he'd start to help me and whatever. And but I went there and I didn't have the best season at all. I ended up breaking my wrist there towards the end of the season at Poole, and so that put paid to that season. But you go through, like anyone really, go through a bit of a down, a bit of a rut, and you don't. But generally, enjoyed it all. It was no regrets at all. It was all great, different places and different, I didn't really. No, that was all good, really.
Got Nervo. Someone's under Nervo on YouTube. The question he asked, we've sort of already answered, but I will just say what he'd said about you as well. Hi, Lawrence. Always loved the all-action style and great passing ability. And then he just mentions about who you admire, which we have gone over that. So I'm sure you've seen that because we're sort of catching up.
Oh yeah, cool.
Gary O'Hare. Coles was gutted there, Lowell. Lost his paid second, and that was a classic Exeter last bend move.
Yeah, hi Gary. Yeah, that was always the place to pass, really. There, you could go in and use the bank, and sometimes you could use a fence. I bent a few back wheels back there. Had to straighten them and broke a few back ends there. But anyone that could ride Exeter could ride it. It was they were sort of they were quick there, really. But and other people used to freak them out, totally freak them out. I know Stoney went there once, and he'd walked and looked on the track, and we've in the pits, tires on and things like that. And he just came back from the track shaking his head, saying, "How the hell would you ride that? You're nuts!" And that was like a ploughed field out there. You come back with mud on your shoes and everything, and a lot of people just were put off by it from the word go, you know. But yeah, it's good home advantage, like like anywhere really.
Yeah. This would be an interesting one as well because got Krista Marsh here. I remember seeing him at Swindon as well. He put, what about the pass on Charlie Jeter in Heat 15 when against Reading? Was it Reading? I
Oh
think I
yeah.
might have this.
Oh, that I think that got
Was that the knockout cup one that we were talking about? Is it?
Okay, to get in the knockout cup, or we made a final through. I think I had to pass him to get through, or
yeah, that's it. That's the
something
coverage I got
at the time. And Charlie was always good round there.
Yeah.
Just full bore, just went in really really hard in the third, the first and second, and ended up giving a whack off the fence, and it gave me a kick and went by him down the straight. But he moved left a little bit on the straight, and I did have to. You can't see on the video, but I did have to get my foot out to kick him off a bit. He
was coming in.
Yeah, it was lumpy and bumpy off the turn, and he was turning left a bit. I had the speed, and I had to get the foot out and just get out of the way, you know. But, yeah.
As he's mentioned it, we might as well play it. Hopefully I click on the right one here. So thanks for that, Krista. That was good timing, mate. Right, let's try and get this one. I think believe that you were in a 4-2 at the time, so you're third behind Charlie, and that would have made it, I think, level over the 2 legs. So there would have been some sort of runoff, or they did mention in the video maybe even 2 legs again, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, you had to pass to get into the 5-1 to get through. So this is the video. So hopefully I'm clicking on the right one here. Fingers crossed this is the right one.
Really firmly on Lawrence Hare's face, and as we come down the third and fourth, because it looks like Hare was going to try the outside run, it didn't work. And then here it was Václav Werner-esque, really bouncing off the old steel safety fence, really giving himself a catapult past Charlie Geller, moved the Dane over unceremoniously going down the back straight. And well, not for the faint-hearted that particular last lap at the county ground, but then it was all over, all bar the shouting. Stevens had won the race by a street. Lawrence Hare had stormed through from the back.
That was a beauty.
Yeah, you could hit the fence, like I say, and bounce off it a bit, you know. But me and Stephen had a great pairing there. We had a great pairing for that year. Some good times.
It almost looked like sort of motocross. It's like proper bermed up, wasn't it? It's almost like you smash it into the back of the berm and then like cut back.
Yeah, later on the dirt builds up there, and you can use it really well. You know, it wouldn't, like I say, it wouldn't drag you in like a normal fence.
Yeah,
good times.
Definitely solid. Got another one here. Look, Mikael Thunberg as well. He's put great teammate, good times together at Rye House and Oxford.
Yeah, that's right. We had home, Michael. We were at Rye House. We had and then when Rye House finished, I went to Edinburgh for a couple of years, and then Dave Pavitt took over Oxford, and he went to Oxford with me. We had some of the Ipswich riders, and I think we had a year there. I think it was all one league there, 96.
96.
But yeah, with Rye House at the time, I'd signed for Rye House that year. I think I'd guested for Edinburgh at Rye House, and I think I ended up getting about 11, something like that. I was a junior at the time, and they wanted me to go to Exeter, and they wanted to sign me the next year, and I ended up signing for Rye House, and with Michael there, so we had a good year there, touring around. But and then a couple of years later, ended up with the team at Powell's team when he went to Oxford. I
got Neil Sandys here. He's put Lol. Can you name a track or two that you didn't like?
I never really went that well at Isle of Wight. sort of stony, bumpy, and loads of holes and that sort of thing. And I didn't really, I never really got on well with there. But there was certain tracks. Pool, I never really got on with Pool either. But you have a good meeting somewhere, and you say you like the track, but same as everything really. You have a bad one, and that's it really. But no, it's good.
Got Lee Kilby here as well. Hey Lee, great to see you on here, Lowell. You rode with some superb riders. Which teammate was the best to team ride with? And that hasn't been asked, no, Lee. So I did have that down on mine, but we'll take that from you, Kilb.
Probably Jan Steckman, I would say. He was probably the best to team ride with. I mean, me and Simon had a good pairing and partnership there. We were at Exeter. We were sort of 1 and 2, and we had a good that was good there. But yeah, Jan would always look for you, and whatever. I used to be out wide and Jan be on the inside. We had I think that was a year with it, Oxford.
Oh yeah, got some pictures of that, I think.
Yeah, so that was good. So probably Jan for awareness and that sort of thing. Good experience rider.
He's also put who was the worst. Who was the worst team rider?
Team rider. I don't know. Really. I don't know. I've never come across.
Was there any riders that were a bit sketchy to team ride with? Or they ended up more like taking you out than team riding, or?
No, I mean a lot of times I never really was paired with people for all that long. I found, with whatever as well. So, so I don't know really. Some guys, wouldn't look for you, or would go for sort of go for the win and stuff you sort of thing, but and get on with it and wouldn't look for you. But I can't think of anyone offhand now.
We'll say as well, congratulations to Lee. He's just going on down to help the Eastbourne Eagles. He's gone down there on loan for the year while Swindon are not running this year. So all the best for that, Lee. Got Tommy Palmer's put a night out at Jokers. Is that the name of the?
Yeah, plenty of that. We used to. I went to we had me and Mark had a workshop over at Woodward's place. We and in the off season we'd often have a night out at Mark's and that sort of thing, and go end up out Stoneman and Jokers and all the rest of it. And back there, Tom used to come down, and some good nights out there. Mark had a bar. He's got a bar in his house as well, so we ended up having some bit late nights there, especially when Tommy came down.
Tommy likes a couple of drinks. Got Clive Tilley here. He's put trying to get the timeline right here. At Exeter, you were going around with Seaman Stevens. So Chris Harris there then as a youngster and Mark Simmons?
Simo was there. Was there, but it was a year. Chris Harris, I think, had left to go to Trelawney that year.
Right, okay.
That
I remember he was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Look, Clive. Phil Elkins put legend Lawrence.
Hey, Phil. Yeah, he shares some good stuff on Facebook and stuff like that. Cool.
Brilliant. I just got someone. What's he said? Oh, Gary Stead put Bathgate.
Bathgate.
Is that something we might have been talking about earlier?
No, I don't remember that one. No.
Oh, James Brown's put went clubbing with you in Colchester at the Hippodrome.
Hippodrome. Yeah. I remember some good nights there. I think we saw Prodigy there once as well.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, local trust and that. So a few nights out. And I used to don't mind going out in the off season. Awesome. Well, all the season really. Yeah.
Tom has put there, look, Bathgate is where me, the van and the bikes got stolen in that area, but the great people in Scotland helped loads.
Right, yeah. That's right, Bathgate. Yes, I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thanks
Typical
for that, Tommy.
Tommy.
Got Rob Peaslee. He's put, lol, the time you passed Thomas Golub, who was leading the Grand Prix series at the time, around Oxford in '99 was awesome.
Yeah, that was. We went to that was Oxford were elite league obviously then, and on a roll really had some good engines and good, some stuff that was pretty quick, and like I say, on a roll, and they had some good meetings there really, home and away. But that was sort of one of my best seasons there, being elite league as well, I suppose, really, and to beat him and like Chris Louis and people like that around there, that was really good.
Might have a bit of coverage here. Let's just try this one a minute, Lowell. You can have a little chill there.
At the moment, but still it's a heat advantage for Oxford, and surely this will give them victory as Lowley's going to come round and get a very notable scalp indeed of Thomas Golub and also Chris Louis. Terrific effort by the Oxford rider, riding very much at the top of his form.
Little nice scalp there of Golub and Chris Louis as well at Oxford. Did you enjoy your time at Oxford? You seem to.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, Oxford's really good. I mean, some really good people there. Like wherever you go, really, you always find that people are really good. But had some good times there, up and down. I mean, we should have won other stuff there, like the pairs. Really should have won the Premier League pairs. There, I mean, no, I think I had a spun round in my first one, then had a 5-ride maximum after that. If Shame Neville was a bit off form as well, because we could have won that there, and some other thing with maybe knockout cup finals we should have won there. And but that team there was good. We had a great team there and some good laughs as well. I think it was John Steckers, Roscoe as well, and yeah, that was the team. Yeah, Cards. I think it was
Paul Harry.
Yeah, great times. Paul. Yeah.
Todd, Roscoe, Boise, Johnson. Good team.
Yeah.
Looks a fun team to be part of.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was really good. I remember had some ups and downs. I remember one time there we were racing and Paul Harry and George Stansel had a coming out the second turn.
Oh, yeah.
And I had and I turned left to miss them, and I ended up hitting the centre green. They'd made like a kart track on the centre green, and I blipped the throttle to get over these humps on the kart track, and I went across the green. There was a raker down the end on the third and fourth turn, and he was looking the other way, and he turned round, and I sort of went down the left-right thing, and he didn't know which way to turn. I ended up hitting this poor bloke, the raker, when he went right up in the air. I went over and over, and he anyway, we had a really big bang, and he ended up in hospital. He broke his cheekbone and things like that. And I had a big bang, bikes up in the air and everything like that. I ended up staying overnight and going to visit him the next day. But yeah, it was unbelievable. There was some goings on there.
Nice one there. Is that Richardson? Is it Lee Richardson there?
That's Lee, yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple of you riding for. I've got a few of you riding for Oxford. There's potentially Peterborough maybe there.
That's the 4-team tournament, I think. That one,
yeah. Is that
Yeah,
the? Hang on. Yeah. Is that this?
No, that was 96. That was one league, and Bavard took over Oxford, and it was all like one league, and he went in. There was me, Topinka, and Bobril, Cocker, Lemo. That was a really good laugh. That team. That was really one of the four. We were total underdogs as well for the fours.
Yeah.
We ended up all pitching in and winning that. So
Always a big meeting as well, when it always used to have a good atmosphere and a lot of fans there for the 14 and all that.
yeah, they did it. They did a drink and drug test that day. Everyone had a drink test.
Did they?
And I think someone I can't remember who it was. Someone failed because they'd been on the plane on the way home from Poland or somewhere.
Oh dear.
I think I got a feeling it might have been Ronnie Cora. I don't know. I'll be stand corrected, but I got pulled out for the drug test, and after the meeting I couldn't pee.
Couldn't you?
No, when they were waiting and waiting, and of course they go in the toilet with you, and they want to, they want proof it's you and all the rest of it. And I was drinking shandies and things like that in a sort of bar place afterwards, and saying no, they're the officials there because they're from the sports council, so it doesn't matter what sport they attend. And I couldn't go, and then I finally did go, and then all we did on the way home was stop every 10 minutes because I was full up. I needed a beer. That's typical, really.
So at stages, obviously, in your career, you were quite partial to something a bit wild, like wearing kit-wise and stuff. How did the idea of that come up at the time, and what was that sort of involved in? What was how did that come about?
People were starting to wear the all the sort of the two-piece stuff, and I quite liked it because you could get more protection underneath it. I had some nice big. I remember I had some SMP and some LBZ sort of bottoms and that sort of thing, and the kit. You could get some leg brace, knee brace things underneath it. That was, I think, that's Sinsala, that one. That's the LBZ.
Sorry, that's the LBZ. Yeah.
Yeah, and all that, and you could get some sort of armor type stuff underneath, and I had some elbow sliders and that sort of thing, because that's the Carnival stuff. Yeah,
That was really cool. I thought
you could protect yourself a bit more, and we sort of ran with that for that year really, and that was when a lot of the free ride stuff was on the goes of Rusty and things like that really. But I mean, Kevlars don't give you that much protection really, but like I say, you can get some stuff underneath it, but it does tend to flap around a bit and look. I mean, it looks a bit untidy sometimes. But
I did like the Evil Knievel stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I did these the Farron type thing sort of design. I know Billy had some, and I did with Mark Woods. We sort of tried to make some sort of Farron thing that would just drop over the bike and make it much cleaner and simpler, And Percy at Danger UK used to sponsor me, and he done all the graphics up, and he done different sorts of graphics, and I said, could you do a sort of an evil one, and you did that. It's quite a laugh, really. And that went in conjunction with a kit. But we, me and Simon we were teammates, and we had this, the sort of baggy stuff, and we did ride for where we were at Exeter. I do remember Simon's stuff was a bit scruffy. He used to flap around and that sort of thing, And my stuff, that yellow Bubba stuff did, and but some of the fans did sort of complain a bit. They said, "Oh, that."
Did they?
Yeah, some of them, I don't know what. they said, "Oh, this stuff that does look a bit scruffy. What are they doing? You know, someone's flapping around and mine as well. You know, but they said, oh, they do look a bit scruffy. They need to smarten themselves up a bit, you know, and all that. So, Simon and that I think we were in the bar afterwards. We said to some of these people, like, no worries, we'll smarten ourselves up next week. Don't worry, you know, we'll sort it out. I know it does look a bit unprofessional sometimes, that all slapping around. And so Simon went down to Newquay to the charity shop, and he bought 2 suits out of the charity shop, lovely 2-piece suits, and we cut the arse out of them, and we put them on in the pits before the meeting. In the changing rooms. Come walking across the centre green, and people were looking at us singing, yeah, you know, and like so we actually went out and we raced in the suits over the top of the leathers, you know, over the top of the Kevlar. We said, oh, yeah, no, is that all right? Is that, yeah, there you go. Suits you, sir. So we actually rode. You can't see it. There's a hole in the arse of them, because obviously they're shiny suits slipping on the seats. You had a hole in the arse and shoving a bit of grip on the seat as well. So we went out, and they didn't affect our performance really. It was still pretty good. So
that's brilliant. So you smarted yourself up.
Yeah, Colin Hill he just, I mean, you couldn't have got away with it with any other promoter, I don't think, than Colin Hill. He just shook his head and said, "What the hell," you know. But we went out and still did the business and still did well, and that. But no, that's funny. And funny enough, that coincided that the Speedway Star were doing the team photo for the back of the Speedway Star.
Brilliant.
So that's where that photo is from.
See Krista Marsh there as well. Krista's there.
Krista. That's fun. We did have some laughs.
That's brilliant. That was brilliant. I've got Paul Hurry's come on as well and said, "Evening, Law."
Hey, Paul. Yeah, rode with him, and we had a good friendship at Oxford. Top bloke, Paul. Yeah, we had some good times there and some laughs. Really, there was a good team spirit at Oxford then. Really good in the changing rooms as well as the pits.
He's put "Evening, Lowell. Remember looking over my shoulder at Oxford to see you heading across the centre green. Take it easy, mate, Huz."
No, like I say, I turned left to miss him and George Stansel, and they'd made a go-kart track, you know, like a go-kart track, and stuff in the middle of Oxford Stadium.
Yeah.
The normal centre green, flat, and he's just gone over the centre green. But I turned left to miss him and looked and saw this hump, you know, like a berm. And I had to blip it a bit. I thought I'll blip it a bit, and motocross style, sort of blip it and wheelie over it a little bit. So wheelied over it, landed, and because I got some speed with a wheelie, I ended up hurtling across and saw this raker, you know, standing. He was looking completely oblivious, looking at the other way, looking at the crash.
Yeah.
And bang, ass over head, and like that. I thought, I felt very bad, but I didn't realise I had struggled after that for weeks and months. And when I did that, I broke my back. So Newport in that off season. And when they x-rayed and things like that, they found some little fractures in my neck, and I didn't realise. But by hitting the bloke and him going ass over head and me off the bike as well, I'd cracked some bones and like a bone in my neck as well. So no wonder I struggled for the rest of the season. I was lucky to get away with it, the whole thing really. But things happen.
Mr. Stead's come on as well and put, "What is the meaning of LOL? I don't know why they call you that. Sorry, I don't know the reason for that name."
That my brother, when we were little, my brother he called me Lawrence and Laurie. It was Laurie, obviously, like that, and it was just Laurie, and it just got to lol, you know. It morphed into that. This is way before internet and laugh out loud and all the rest. So
Yeah.
doing motocross as well. as a kid and whatever, and growing up and going to the GPs and that sort of thing, Farley and Hawkstone, like, you know, you've been there, haven't you? And there was Lawrence Spence, the Irish, you know, he raced for the Kawasaki team. He was Lowell as well. And it was a sort of natural nickname, so that's where the Lowell came from, really.
Yeah, just keep shortening the name like we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you actually look at it now, don't you, with the whole texting thing, and like you said, everyone says laugh out loud. When you keep looking at it, you have to double think what it is, because you think, they say laugh out loud or they say loud?
Yeah, no, no, it's before the internet existed, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Rackham said it took the surgeon 4 hours to remove the rake from his ass.
Yeah, the guy had a broken cheekbone and things like that, and he was chuffed as hell because I'd stayed over and visited him in the hospital. He was so pleased, you know.
He was buzzing.
He's like, "Oh, don't worry about that. No, don't worry about that. No, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming." He's sort of he's caved his cheekbone in and things like that. Oh, God, I felt terrible. Oh dear.
Oh, he was happy as Larry to see you come up.
Yeah, he just made his day.
Rob's give us some information. Rob Peaslee said it was Ronnie Corrie who failed the alcohol test.
Yeah.
They were favourites to win the fours. Great performance from Oxford that day. Lowell scored in every race in the final, and that was key.
Yeah, it was Ronnie, and I remember that. I mean, don't expect it, do you? And then, you know, every rider that day had an alcohol test. You know, and there must have been a few of them just had an innocent drink on the way home. You know, and the plane and everything. Of course, you get nabbed by this bloody sports council that came up. You know,
Nightmare.
But yeah, I don't know. Ronnie couldn't ride, and you know, he says they were favourites and whatever, but we all pitched in on the day, and that was an unexpected win. There, it's great.
Krista Marsh has just put the suits, mate. Yours was too tight, and you nearly flipped it in Heat 1 because it was too tight.
Yeah, I know it was. It was too. It was tight. I couldn't get my arms out straight and everything like that. I reared at the start a bit, you know. Probably hadn't cut a big enough hole in the arse. And slippery, shiny starch suit, you know. But no, it was funny. We did have a laugh that I don't know how we got away with it, really. I think when you're on a roll and you're doing well as well. I remember once I'd stay down at Simon's and go to, you know, we go down to Newquay, and we went to the joke shop as well, and we got these massive kipper ties and these massive dicky bow ties, these comedy ones. They're like 1.5 foot out the side, and chucked them onto race in one meeting. And we had this. We had a wig as well, and sort of stuck it on to hang out the back like a mullet, big mullets out the back, you know, and had some racing like that. These big old kipper ties flapping around, you know, and like I said, Colin Hill just sort of looked and shook his head, but as long as we were winning and doing everything, he was. I mean, what a legendary bloke Colin was, you know. He just
Cool.
so easy going, you know. So brilliant promoter.
So when I saw your DVD, thanks for Dewey sending that over to me. It was very good, very cool DVD. Obviously, that was the first time I'd seen the actual crash at Newport. Obviously the career-ending one. What can you actually remember from that? From that then, Lowell? What do you remember about that and everything else involved?
Yeah, I've never actually watched it myself. I didn't. I watched, you know, and when Gator at Rerun, he sort of said, when I was in hospital and whatever, they put together sort of a video, you know, all the races get caught on tape, and that, because obviously we did, you know, VHS and everything back then, and what have you, but he'd put it on, and I've watched watched stuff on there, but I've never actually watched the crash. I sort of always stopped at that bit. But no, I mean, I remember it was rainy, sort of dreary day when the rain came down at Newport, and Newport, the dirt was like a sort of slurry type stuff, and it sprayed up from your front wheel, and you instantly got filled in, and that, you know, I couldn't see going down the straight and went into the turn. And just remember getting some, you know, unexpected grip, and just took me for a ride, and I think I hit Craig Watson's back wheel. And up, bam, you know, up and over and over. And it's like any crash, really. You have a crash and you see daylight and, you know, up and down and things up end. And then all of a sudden I laid, and I knew instantly what had happened, because he fell down and couldn't feel, you know, couldn't feel anything, and I was conscious all the way through. And I did get a whack on the head, though. That's what broke. I broke C5, 6, and 7. They compressed and splintered and everything, and it nipped the cord. So, but I knew that, and I, you know, after they got me to the, I tried to get up. I was trying to get up, but you just can't. You're a complete dead weight. You know, you can lift your arms and shoulders, but and I knew what was what, and just freaked. I thought, well, crikey, just knew exactly what the extent of it was. And they remember Colsey and people like that, they come and sort of pinned me down, you know, pinned my shoulders and head down, keep me still, because obviously you can do more damage. And you can get sort of spinal shock and things like that, where you're paralyzed, and then it will come back after the swelling goes down and things like that later. You know, into the ambulance and on the gas, air, and whatever, the drip, the morphine and things like that, because I had loads of pain. Some people have them sort of accidents, and they say they just feel nothing at all. But I had wave pain and a lot of pain through it, and then into hospital, you know, with a lot of it. But I think I had read Thomas Gollop had, you know, struggled with pain for a long while as well. Because what people don't realise, that some people don't realise that a neck break is different to a back break. Where your head and neck sits on your shoulders, you've got so many nerves come out all the way to your arms, your hands, you know, and all. You've got millions and millions of alert nerves that way. So 5, 6, and 7 around that area, it just screws up so much of your nervous system. If you're below that, you've got all your hands and arms and everything, and it knocks out your diaphragm, so I can't breathe fully in and out. And it does it knocks out your thermostat as well. Your temperature control. So you have none of that. You basically your temperature acts like a thermometer. If I go out in the cold, I'll just get colder and colder and colder until your core temperature drops. So I have to come in and get in front of the fire or anything like that to physically warm up, or get in bed under the covers fully clothed to warm up and up and up. And same with the heat. I can go out in the blazing heat, not feel anything until your body starts to, it feels like you're boiling, you know, you're boiling up. It feels like you're sat in a car with the windows up in the, you know, in the heat. So you have to sort of, temperature regulation is a nightmare to keep on top of that. But and then obviously the hospital and they took I went to the hospital. I remember my mum and dad came up that day to the hospital and everything, and my brother and whatever, to see like Mark Loram and other people sort of came up, and but the trouble is I had immediately you can get a chest infection you know, because of the loss of diaphragm and that sort of thing. You can get stuff all in your lungs and chest infection. So
Yeah.
I took me to Newport Hospital.
Okay.
And I went in there, and the trouble sort of breathing, that sort of thing. But because when they x-rayed me, because what I'd done C5, 6 and 7, but it splintered and obliterated, you know, the whole, crushed all 3. But luckily the cord was done at between 6 and 7, which means that I've got sort of this hand's got some function that gets me by. This hand's basically sort of dead, really.
Yeah.
But I did some triceps and things like that, but no trunk strength. Obviously, I've got no complete, you know, no trunk strength and that sort of thing. But the trouble is, I'd got this chest infection, and the surgeon couldn't operate at the time with me because of this infection and whatever. And they did. So what they did, I think you've got a picture of they screwed a halo, screwed 2 holes there and there with a halo across the top. And they hung me off the bed, put a weight on it and traction. So I was in halo traction on the bed, you know, with this. I remember putting this weight on, and it pulled, you know, and so I'd laid on the bed like that. And I had to wait a week until a surgeon could do the operation. And because I'd done 5, 6 and 7, because it was so quite a lot of it had broken, they couldn't really fixate me like with a plate. Maybe if I'd gone to Stoke Mandeville, they might have put a plate in, but I wouldn't have any movement in my neck really with a plate so big all in it, you know. So they took bone off the hips and everything when they did operate. They went in through the front and pulled the bone out, put in bone off the hip and everything, and I had to let it set like that. So I remember coming out of the operation thinking, all right, I'll get this bloody halo off and everything like that, you know, just pinning me to the bed. But no, I had to stay like that for another sort of 3 weeks or so until some of the bone set, which is a bloody nightmare. But just, it's weird how your body completely shuts down. So I remember I couldn't move my arms, and I could sort of shrug my shoulders, and obviously I was laid pinned to the bed that way. Really, I don't really know how I got through it, but you just sort of do, really. When you've got no, you can see the halo there screwed in. But I was overwhelmed with the amount of people and the cars and people coming in to see me. It was really good.
Amazing,
yeah. The people come up and support you, and they sort of get you through.
Felt the love.
These times. I remember you're on the morphine drip and you keep pressing the button and pressing the button. You can't, nothing like that will take much of it away. But I do remember as well. What did used to look forward to at night? I think on a Sunday night they had you could watch the Supercross. It was came around. It was pretty primitive back then, but they ran a Supercross on like Channel 5 at about 2 a.m. So it's to set the alarm and everything and get them to the nurses. So they put me in the bed right outside the nurses station, so that if anything happened, they could come in straight away. Because I had this chest infection, I got stuff on my lungs, and I remember if I cough and splutter, they'd come in and shove this tube down my throat to suck the stuff out so I could breathe. And in and out there, and so they helped me along the road there, and also I got them to wake me up, set the alarm and wake me up at 2 o'clock so I could wake up and watch this bloody Supercross from America, and it was like Villeman and Carmichael and that sort of times, so that was one thing I used to look forward to. And but no, there was so much support in hospital as to Speedway community is fantastic like that.
Yeah.
Cars, Porsches, all mates and people used to come up. My mum and dad actually, they came and they stayed in a hotel. And they stayed for a week. And they go back home and stayed another week, and because things start getting horrendously expensive and that, They actually ended up, one of the farmers that used to be into the Speedway and whatever, and know about at Newport, and obviously it was on the media and the paper and everything then about my accident. He said they could stay at his farm, so that what they did, they bought a caravan and they stayed on this farmer's land on this campsite, So they'd stay in this caravan so they could come up and every day, Because obviously, nurses couldn't, took the pressure off the nurses to, for them to come and help me and everything. And my mates had come up, and my brother Dewey and Maria and them had come up, and Nick Bloom and Sadie has been on. They'd all come up weekends and whatever, and so to get you through really some good times. That
was nice.
Yeah, but it was. I do remember the nurses used to come in, and because obviously you lay flat on your back, they had to roll you every now and again, because you obviously get pressure areas and things like that, And they used to come in, about 6 of them, and all start to roll me over, and I said dread it because you're on your back for so long, you get sort of climatized to it as well. And when they did roll me over, I felt like I was falling out of bed. I just dreaded it to come in, but no, they're all good. They're all good spirits, and they carried you through really. And then they ended up slowly, sort of, I slowly from Newport there, I slowly they used to help me slide me over on a slide board onto like a transfer table, which is a big flat table that they strapped you down onto, and then the whole table would sort of tilt up to get you used to being up vertical again, because you've been on your back for so long. And that, it felt like you were just going to fall out and I'd pass out and that sort of thing. But you got a hang of it, it helped you get the hang of it, with a sort of your orientation and that sort of thing. I mean, when I think I was in Newport for about 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
In the end, I was getting up into a wheelchair. They get me up in the wheelchair with a collar on and that sort of thing. But I mean, I remember then mum and dad and everything, and they'd push me down. I remember the first time I went outside, all I could see out there was the only view I had was out this bloody window. And if I got sort of a few rooftops and this and that, and a bit of brightness out of the window. So after weeks and weeks and weeks, the first time get me in a chair and wheeled me out the front, and to see the sunlight in the day, just the way everything was going, and see it again, it was just amazing, really, to see outside there. But and then I think, where did I go from there? I was transferred. Then finally, we were waiting for a transfer to go for a bed to be available at Stoke.
Yeah.
At Stoke Mandeville. I mean, I thought, oh, this is the Mecca. This, you hear the spinal injury centre and everything. Stoke Mandeville. I thought it's going to be this massive place of this, and I remember going there and coming out. Yeah, they gave me an ambulance ride all the way there, obviously, and when I went to Stoke, I remember going in there, and just sort of, it was quite a quiet place. A couple of guys outside in chairs and that, and wheeled in and shoved in a room on my own. And I thought, oh, it's not really what I thought it was going to be here, And but then then the nurses came around. They're quite strict there, but it's all good in the end, really. The nurses did. They come round and they looked at my heels and looked down under my bum and everything like that. And they, oh no, I was saying, when can I get up? When can I get up out in the chair and everything? And oh no, you'll be in bed for another few weeks. You've got some pressure areas. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'd sort of been getting up at Newport, so I was back flat on my back there for for a good few days or a couple of weeks again there. But it was good though. Stoke was really good. You got in some sort of a rehab plan. They did something so you're up. You start to get up in the morning to go like in the shower on a transfer. You're on a bed, like a flat bed, and take you into the shower room. You start to get a shower for the first time in months, and that sort of thing. So you had that, and then it sort of progressed to getting up onto a shower chair in the morning to go to toilet and shower, that sort of thing. And then it sort of then it progressed to getting dressed and things like that, but it's good camaraderie in the 6-bed wards and that there, and everyone used to come and see me, and that was brilliant. There was some good times. I remember there was a car in there. They had like half a car down in the gym, and because of my background with cars and that, with a car repair when I was repairing cars, and that was my trade and everything beforehand. I just said my ultimate goal was if I could get in this car, if I could transfer in out of this car and back and be able to do that, that would be an achievement. I knew I could drive and I could get a car and get on there, which I did, So that was a lifeline really to be able to get in that cars and carry on with that sort of thing. But no, good. Stoke, quite strict with you, and used to stand up and go in the gym and things like that. And I learned a lot there. Learned a lot from some of the other guys in the chairs. I know I ended up being able to get on do a floor to chair transfer as well. Go from the floor and a technique to get up into the chair. But,
there's a lot to think about, isn't there? Like, you don't think about all these sort of things, yeah.
No, it's a whole complete different, completely different, lifestyle, and to learn to adapt with it. But you still learn. You learn all the while. You're learning. Even now, you always got to be aware of your circumstances and what you can't feel, and and that sort of thing. So it's always you're always just a knife edge away from something that might put you in hospital. But no, it's quite a journey. But everyone helped me, me through that, and I'm appreciative to everyone that helped along there, really. And so it's all good. I'd say still learning, really, but I'm not the only one,
Gary's just come up as well, and he put, I hated the tip table. Seemed to die of a heart attack from being on there. Scary times, but we have endured. God bless to you, Law.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like I say, you laid flat for so many weeks, and you get up and you just completely
makes you feel weird.
And you're a dead weight from the top of your chest downwards. So it's hard going, really, but could all come through it. So.
Also, Tommy Palmer put, yeah, man, remember coming in to see you at the Newport Hospital to see you.
Yeah, there was so many. I mean, it was brilliant. At the weekends and that, the room was packed. So it was only supposed to be, and because Newport were racing still at the time, and all your away teams and everything had come, and people would call in before and after, and
nice.
Lots of people came and saw me in there, and I remember Steve Magro from Australia, a guy in a chair as well. He was a tiny bit higher level than me. He'd come over. He was doing guy's amazing. He comes over on his own. He's like me, and he comes over. He's down with his chair and everything, all the way from Australia. and he taught me some things and gave me some, some ideas and stuff in there at the time as well. So yeah, you did learn a lot. And as I say, in Stoke Mandeville, then you kept learning more to adapt to something completely new, really.
So what have you been doing, Lowell, since obviously these times and stuff? What have you been sort of into since the Speedway days?
Well, I suppose since then, when I got finally out of Stoke Mandeville and home, I've managed to get a car that I've still got to this day. My PT Cruiser, got that, so I could drive, and I'd come home weekends in that, and so carried on with the cars. Really, that was my sort of passion. I know I had a Sprinter van, and I sold my van and all my kit and everything like that, and bought just and the van and other cars I had at the time, things like that. And I went and bought. My mate had a Cadillac for sale, '66 Caddy, so I ended up buying that and getting the hand control on it and everything. It's just, I've still got it now. Awesome.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, we've done a few like Scotty's testimonial and Morton Rosea testimonial and things like that in it. So yeah, so that's basically yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool.
So that was my trade beforehand, over when me and Mark used to share the workshop over on the farm. We'd be I'd do my cars in between the Speedway and what have you, and so the car thing was always a progression, to carry on with that. But and so that was my hobby, my outlet, really, something to get into in the workshop. But yeah, fortunate. Yeah, it's a truck as well.
Nice.
First year day, done the stuff for the I've had that some years, haven't that for 15 years now. Done a lot of work to it and that sort of thing, but yeah. So that's where, as I say, sold everything, started up everything. Based, I kept the bike I crashed. I've still got the bike I crashed, and that's in the workshop. I mean, there's still dirt and mud on it, and the clutch is still wound in. That one, yeah. Clutch is still in. The fuel taps are still on. There's still oil in it and everything.
Is it?
Just a bit bent. Yeah, straight out. I pulled it and shoved it in the van. So that came back home with us, and that's in the workshop now. But I kept, pretty much everything. As you can see here, the stuff. You love it in here. You love it. You dig all the memorabilia. You'd love it in here.
Yeah, I love all that.
Bit
Get
of
over there one day.
So yeah, the cars really, and obviously got I met Lucy as well, and 2 children now, 6 and 3, Xavier and Emily. So that came about. So obviously, any keeps you more than occupied. So no, all good. Lucky enough with Lucy, I could been a few places across over the world, America and places like that. To see some of the stuff, some of the racing. I think I saw see an AMA round there and USGP motocross and Costa Mesa and Auburn, and being caught up with like Billy and stayed at Billy's and Mike Ferrier and those guys all racing there. Just really managed to get across places and do things I never dreamt I'd do, really, main trips across those places. Just a lot of planning and preparation to do it, but yeah, at least I could get on. I never thought I'd be able to do half the stuff I have, but so it's all good, really. All good, pretty happy and content with things, to be honest. Didn't turn out so bad, really.
Jim Doncaster put good at mounting roundabouts in that car, Lyle.
Yeah, I think I've got the head the cruiser. It was Mark's wedding, Mark Lawrence wedding. Mark and Flo Norfolk way, and I was come down the road. I went a bit late in the car. And went. You ended up going down a real long track to the hall. Down there. I went it down again a bit too quick, and I should have done. And the hand control, I don't know what happened when my foot got caught under the brake or anything like that. I went to push to slow up with the hand control, and I couldn't stop. I was pushing and pushing, and I couldn't stop, and I was heading for the hall, and there was a fountain on the roundabout. And I braked and braked. I tried it. I couldn't brake. It wouldn't slow down very much, and I managed to reach through. I don't know how the hell I've done it. Reach to and turn the key off, so killed the engine, and I went slow down, but bang, hit this bloody roundabout, flattened two wheels, smashed them to bits, and stopped and landed. I nearly wiped half the gas tank. I talk about making an entrance, so this car is just depleted there with all its tyres blown out and things like that. Had to get the AA in to tow it home and everything, a couple of new wheels for it. So that was lucky not to kill anyone that day. But I've still got a car now. It's brilliant, really. Yeah.
I've got Eddie Charity here. He's put, Lee, this is the most inspirational interview you have done. I was at Exeter with Roscoe and Lowell, was a great guy, such a lovely person, from Eddie Charity.
Oh, thanks, Eddie. Yeah, it's just these things happen, and you don't, like I say, a lot of times you don't think you can get through things and that, but it's a lot of it is in your head as well. A lot of people have been through some dark times and that sort of thing, and you have to get over these things. Pretty incredible what your mind and body can do, really, when you're up against it. It's just amazing how things go. But you get through it as well as you can, really.
Gary's put, the Speedway family was so supportive, Lol. That's good, and sent me a fantastic 3-page dossier telling me to stay positive and lots of tips. So we are wheelie bros.
Yeah, not like these humans, Gary. We're different breeds, but humans everywhere. It's good camaraderie between the guys. You sort of relate to each other and that sort of thing, and what goes on. I remember when Gary had his accident, it's in a really real bad way, but you sort of help each other through and whatever. As I say, it's a different sort of community. Really, you relate to, certain things and your journey through. You can help each other out that way. Really good bond, great crack as a Stoneman, and all these guys in the camaraderie, all was in a 6-bed sort of ward, and we wake up in the morning and have a lot of banter goes on, and then you think, I'm in a room on my own, but then you're better off out with the others. If you're like each other, and then you're having a laugh and taking the piss out of each other and that sort of thing, and it really it takes the sort of, you go to sleep at night, and when the lights go out and everything, and you're trying to get sleep, and everything whirs around, and that's a bit of a different place. But in the next day, you'll help each other through things with some sort of making light of a lot of things, and bouncing off each other and that sort of thing. It gives a lot of positivity and that sort of thing. And as I say there, with you get like a timetable of things to do. You've got to be here, and you've got to go to the gym, and you've got to go there, and then you sort of hand therapy and certain things, like a bit of a regime and structure to get you going again. Because at the time early on, you just think, oh, I'm just going to be stuck in bed for forever. You can't ever see yourself getting out of bed, and you don't want to get out of bed, because you're acclimatized to it, and sort of thing. It's not, and obviously other things happen to you. You get infections, and with catheters and things, you get things like that go on. Everything is, your body is adjusting to its new way. So yeah, but no, it's all good. Like I said, the camaraderie gets you through a lot of it.
I'll show you a few more photographs that I haven't put up yet. That I've got of you here. I've got a nice one here. Is that Ipswich, I think, is it?
Yeah, I think it's Ipswich. That was a bank holiday meeting. I think I bet the best meeting I had for Ipswich. I did struggle at that year a bit, but yeah, had a good day that day. Who's that? Billion.
Yeah, sure, yeah, maybe Tacey on the inside, is it? And that's Paul Harry in red, is it?
Oh, yeah,
Looks
that's
like
Roxford.
Oxford, yeah. Can you remember them suits, them silky all-in-one suits?
Silky, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've got one here.
Have you?
Yeah, I've still got one somewhere.
Oh,
Hang on.
wow. I think the screen's freezing a little bit.
That one?
Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it, yeah. I remember everyone moaning about him, and they were obviously slidey on the seat, weren't they? And all sorts of going on.
Yeah, bloody awful thing. Wiggy sort of brought them in,
Yeah.
He brought them in, and everyone's had to have them as a. Some people liked them, but no, they didn't really. They were. But it was before team suits, Everyone went on a team suit front.
Yeah.
And that was before that sort of thing came in, and then obviously team race suits. But no, it's all good. I kept everything really. Oh dear, that's a pretty bad haircut there. That was 90, and that was Right House. No, Edinburgh, sorry, 94.
I can see the Edinburgh bit, yeah.
Yeah, I don't regret that haircut. That was, Tim Woodward over his farm. We had a good laugh over there, and there was a lot of the guys over there. Me and Mark did the workshop. Everything survived. Michael Lee did some engines over there. He was doing the motors for me at the time as well. And next door to my workshop, Tony Rickardson had a workshop there, and then Thomas Gold went in there. Oh yeah, Carl Brunfeld used to stay there. So just and Tim would obviously used to sponsor the Ipswich Speedway. So it's good times over there really. I started painting these tractors and things like that.
But, did you?
Yeah, for having the place there, but that is Ipswich. I did. I rode the first 6 meetings or something for Ipswich in that year. Would have been 90. That was before Edinburgh season started. So I guess for Ipswich, I learned the meetings and see Ipswich colours.
What did you think of them when they first tried the front wheel discs as well?
Yeah, we did. I don't know, it's a bit of a fad sort of thing, but I think I remember Tommy Nixon getting filled in, and I think it took him down when he got roosted by the dirt sort of hit his wheel and wiped his front end out. One of the GPs, I think, and a lot
Yeah,
of
I
people.
remember that.
Yeah, and Steadman had them as well, but well, they seemed good. Seemed a good idea at the time. Yeah, there's Jan. Upper Hare, Exeter. Done some journeys with him. Up in, I do remember once we went to Edinburgh. I think I went to Edinburgh for one meeting and ended up having about 8 days away because the meeting was postponed or something. We had to ride the next day at Glasgow. So things cancelled and then got called to go down guest for Exeter the next day and then back up and down the country. So we were away, like said to mum and that probably be away a couple of days, and we were away like a week and a half. Yeah, 2001 Exeter. That. That's that's junior team. Yeah, first year junior team. I used to. I think I can't remember how I had the bike on, but they were Don's old leathers.
Was it?
Had some stuff. I had a bike off Donk as well.
Did you?
First time.
Nice.
So that was junior team. Yeah, that is 16 lapper with Ben Howe.
Just about to say it's up.
Yeah.
Nice one. I like this one.
Yeah. Edinburgh. Some monarchs colours on the guards there. Yeah. Some good times up there.
Yeah, like the helmet as well.
Yeah, the McGrath.
Yeah, I love the McGrath. Yeah.
That is British final. I can't remember the year that it was. It's a shame because I went I went to Sheffield and only got like 6 or something like that. And I had a terrible time there. And I remember the van had broke down and we got my dad's bloody old pickup, shoved the bikes in this pickup, and it was like a work pickup. We should have bloody sand and crap in the back of it, you know. So we went up there, the column changes, someone managed to pick up and trundled up there and just about got to bloody Sheffield and back. And I think I only had about 6 or 7 points. And then I had to go to Newport for the second qualifier. So we did. We went to Newport, and I thought I would just go here, just earn a few quid really, but ended up winning the semi-final there. Me and Stoney won that put me in a runoff with Steady, as I said earlier, for the British final. So I beat Steady in the runoff and ended up going through the British final. But I should have rode really the engines I rode on at the British final that day. But someone said, "Oh, we want you to do well," and paid for me to have an engine off someone, but it didn't click, and I hit and miss with it, and I had a crash and this and that and the other. Time I got it right at the end, I had a win in my last race, but it's a shame really. Hindsight, I probably should have just ran the stuff I was racing that got me there really.
Used to, yeah. As I suppose sounds like you were chasing all through the meeting to try and get there.
Try and get set up and everything, and it wasn't right, but that's the way it goes really. That was the year, Ipswich. That's Billy, I think.
Yeah, looks like Billy. Not sure.
Yeah, I think that'll be a night at Mark's. with the good for the yeah, definitely a night out of Mark's by the look of it. The helmet got put to good use then.
I was going to say, is that Gary Bailey there with the JT helmet on?
Yeah, I think it's up there somewhere.
Is it? Nice. I love the JT. Nice one.
There somewhere. That would be
All right.
Exeter. Yeah, 2001. So,
Nice one here is on the front of the Speedway star.
yeah, and gone to Stoke Mandeville then. Can't believe how bloody skinny I was. Lost so much weight. You know, with everything, but I put a lot on there around the middle, unfortunately. But it's the way it is. You don't realise it catches up with you. You know.
Yeah.
You think being one of those person that I could just eat whatever I want and all the rest of it. You know, you didn't worry about things. But no, it slowly catches up with you.
I see there's one with Laram here as well.
Yeah, I've just come home just managed to get home from days in hospital. I was finally home then. So, and Mark, you know, I still see, if we go to Foxhall, you know, still see a lot of the guys around here now.
I got Tibbs Speedway here on YouTube. What an inspiration, Lol. Thank you for updating and sharing your story with us this evening. Wishing you the best in all you do. Ray Allen, Bradford. Excellent stuff again, Lee.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Got Kenneth Crichton here. He's put Lol. Nightclub in Edinburgh. Eclipse. Fab night. First time you got rat-assed.
Yeah, we used to stay at Kenny's and stay. Kenny was one of the directors at Edinburgh, you know, and as I say, we used to end up having some nights out there with him and whatever. But the funniest time I ever remember up there, we'd raced at Edinburgh on a Friday night, and we ended up going up into the town afterwards, and my dad and everyone was there, and my dad didn't go to didn't want to go, obviously, you know, club and that sort of thing. And there was a load of us, and we tried to get in this one club, but one of us had trainers on. This one guy had trainers on. They were like a sort of a baseball shoe type thing, you know, with the big tongues and everything.
Yeah.
We were up and down. We couldn't get in this club. They wouldn't let us in, and we thought, well, you can't all go in there because one can't leave one, you know, out. And when we were walking back, we thought we'd resigned ourselves not to go, and we saw my dad. We saw Papa Hare. He was standing at the bus stop eating a bag of chips, eating there, and we thought, well, he had shoes on, so we went over to my dad, and we all changed shoes, and we all had all different each other's shoes on, loads of different shoes, and Papa Hare ended up with bloody size 11 like pumps on these baseball shoes. And the rest of us, I had a pair that was too tight for me. Someone had a pair that was too big, just so we could get into this club.
Bloody
so we had to go part of the club. So he was still there eating his fish and chips or whatever, with a pair of bloody baseball boots on, you know. But we all got in. But yeah, Kenny, we ended up. I don't know how we ended up. I don't know how we got back and made it back to Kenny. Sometimes, some nights, I don't know how. Didn't have any, you know, phones or nothing with, you know, no directions on phones or anything there. But yeah, there were some good times, and yeah, Gav wore proper suede shoes. Funny time. Oh, it was brilliant.
Not sure who that is, but someone's asked, what's Ben Howe doing these days?
Don't know. I speak to him now and again on Facebook or stuff like that. I think it's a set of his Kevlar, set of his leathers up there somewhere. But it's I speak to him now and again, but I don't know. It's like anything, you lose touch with seeing people, and obviously with this year with the COVID and everything, you can't everything being shut down. Hopefully things will open up and we can get going again. Really.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just show a couple more of these videos that I got together with you. I think this one is at Oxford, I believe, with Scott Nichols and Lee Richardson for Paul, I think it was. So I'll just show this one.
It's another hit from 1999. This is against the Paul Pirates, and this one where it sees Todd Wiltshire in red, Lawrence is in blue, with Scott Nichols in white, Lee Richardson in yellow and black out of the start. And it is Wiltshire who's made a good gate and low when he's got his gating head on this year. He's moved through into second place with Nichols in pursuit, back in third, Lee Richardson at the back. And we're back low, and now he's come speeding around the outside of his teammate Todd Wiltshire into first place with Nichols in pursuit, back in third spot. The scores were then level at the moment, but it looks as if Oxford could take the lead as Wiltshire when he gets some lift coming out to fourth bend, and Nichols comes through into second place. He's managing to split the Oxford pair, but with Lee Richardson at the back and with Lawrence Hare out in front, it's still a heat advantage for the cheaters then. As Lawrence was starting the last lap, he's leading Scotty at the moment as they go down the back straight for the final time. Can Lowe hold on to take a famous victory? He's going to win it by a couple of bike lengths over Nichols in second. Third place goes to Todd Wiltshire as the cheaters, will they take the lead then? Another tremendous victory for Lowe in that heat. And with Scotty coming to congratulate.
Nice one there.
Yeah, Scotty was always he was probably the hardest bloke to beat. It goes so, and still is so hard. Harder rider, tough but fair. I think, clash at that British final, I went down as well. Came in hard under me. He's probably the hardest opponent, really. You always knew that you had to get going when Scotty was behind you, sort of thing, And we're good mates as well. So I done his testimonial with a car here, and we were from Ipswich, and we grew up together all around here, and his brother Sean and family. So go back a long way. Top bloke, Scotty, brilliant.
I think this video here was at Coventry, I believe, to complete a 15-point or maybe even an 18-point maximum. So just show this last race here at Coventry to complete the maximum. Let's have a look at it.
Shane Parker on gate 1. Paul Hurry, who's just got the 1 point, he's on gate 2. Charlie Deere is on gate 3. And Lawrence Hare with 12 and 12 so far. He's on gate number 4 for this heat 14. Green lights on. And when Hurry makes a stop, Parker makes an endure, gets to the action. Lawrence Hare hasn't been the best of starts, but goes to speed round the outside. He's up to the month. Both the Coventry orders. The Cure shows in from Parker. It's Hare in through with Hurry at the back of the clock. And Paul Hurry falls the back row. Lawrence Hare gets round the outside. Shane Parker and puts it on. Chasing Charlie Dewar. Is he in for a sensational 15-point match from Lawrence Hare? And the Dewar shows in from Hare. It's Parker and third. Paul Hurry pulls on the centre road. And Lawrence Hare gives them it round the outside of that Coventry corner. Dewar and Hare's alongside of him. Hare gets round the outside. Sensational stuff from Lawrence Hare. But Charlie Dewar gets back on it again. But Lawrence Hare won't be denied. He's back round the outside. Dewar comes again, but Hare's not going to be denied. What a ride there by Lawrence Hare. He leads now on to lap 4. It's Hare who shows up and Dewar. Parker in third place. Paul Hurry close on the centre goal. This young man is well off his 15-point maximum. As Hare shows in from Dewar, Parker in third place. All guts and determination. A difficult track, and Lawrence Hare gets a faultless 15-point maximum. Lawrence Hare gets 15. Second Charlie Dewar. Third place Shane Parker.
And so the bumps for Lowell. What an absolutely tremendous performance, and with his brother Dewey. Stuart, give him his proper title. These Hares, they don't seem to go by their Christian names. Dad John as well, he's pretty normal. He's delighted, obviously. And well, sending Low over to the Oxford.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. Charlie Geddy again.
Yeah.
He used to passing him. Oh, God. That's right. I had a really good start to that season, really. I think we were away at Ipswich and I had about 11 or something. I had double figures at home. Oxford, I think, winning about 8. We got 1 at Peterborough. Had a terrible time there. And amazingly now, 15 at Comrie. But we got there and it rained and the track was heavy as hell. They held it up by about an hour. And they scraped all the dirt out near to the fence. They pulled it all the way off. And then luckily, I don't know how the hell it was on. And it just suited me really well, wide outside and that. And it was really deep and hefty. But they got the meeting on. And ended up going to the car. I couldn't believe it. I went, I think I was about 5th in the averages on the until then, on the in the Speedway star. I saw and I thought it was about 5th, and I thought, crikey, I'd had a hell of a had tailed off a bit after then, obviously. It put me up to number 5 to heat leader, so going from reserve to number 5 is a little bit of a
step, yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was a good year. That was good, really good team. That Oxford team, it was really good.
I got one more video here. I think this was the one I did at the last second before I come on quickly. I think it was with the experienced boys of Neil Collins and Richard Halsayan, I believe it was. So I'll just show you this one.
Who's this now?
Collins out. Gate number 1, Turnberg on 2, Halsayan on 3. He's only scored 1 point so far. And Lawrence Hare from the outside, and it is the fast starting Richard Halsayan who leads the way, and Neil Collins is joining at the front. So the Invaders are certainly hitting back now. Lawrence Hare is trying to come through past the outside of the 2 Invaders, and when he just fails to do so there, Mikhail Turnberg, he's not too far behind at the back. But it is Neil Collins leading the way. Halsayan, when he's been passed by Hare, a good move by the youngster. And when it may not be long before he's up into the team proper. He's in 2nd place at the moment, leading the Veterans League with Neil Collins out in front. The Invaders, where they're still on a heat advantage. Here comes Hare on the inside though, trying to close in on Collins. It's very close at the front with 1 lap to go. Neil Collins still in the way. Halsayan fighting back once more on the inside of Hare. Although Lawrence is trying to now come round on the outside of Neil Collins, and Collins has gone down, and Richard Halsayan is trying to lay his machine down. More incidents on that bench.
You had that nailed before they went down.
That was first year at Rye House. Come from a junior to that, and that's bloody Rickard as well. I see him at the car shows and that as well now, and that's some good races with him at Long Eaton as well. He's one of the hardest. He was one of the hardest and toughest guys on the track. I remember at Powder Hall coming on the outside of him and picking me wide and give me a shove and clashing the fence. So he was one of those sort of wily old campaigners that he knew exactly where you were going. He was probably the first one with the legs off the.
I remember, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Cookie to be all over the show, like with the legs and everything. Brilliant. I still see Rick to this day. Like I say, the car shows and the American stuff, so still catch up. Great bloke.
Yeah, I used to like him. He was at Swindon in the late 80s as well. I remember seeing Richardson,
Yeah.
Richard House in there as well. He was good.
Yeah.
I'll ask you just a couple more questions, Lowell, before I let you go. You've been on a long time. I really appreciate that, mate. It's been very interesting and really enjoyed it. Who are the biggest influences, would you say, in your career, Lowell?
Biggest influences. I don't know. I suppose obviously dad and brother and family, that sort of thing. Really.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, I grew up with Chris, Louis as well. We, like I say, we went to. So the Chris and John, I suppose they were an influence at the start because we'd go. I mean, Chris used to stay at Oz. John was riding for Halifax, on a Saturday, and we'd be motocrossing, and Chris used to stay at Oz, and he'd be we'd often take him to the motocross the next day, that sort of thing, and we did some we did loads of meetings then, and so I suppose Chris and John as well early on. That Chris was an influence, and obviously he got me into the speedway. I mean, we do some of these the motocross, the means. I remember like we'd go to sort of like Ellsworth for one of the 2-day nationals. It was so muddy, and I think Chris done about a lap and a half, and he ended up winning a race because it was so slimy and sloppy. And we had some great times there. I remember he was we couldn't get the van out. The van and the trailer. Chris ended up, it was so muddy. Chris ended up driving the van, and we were all on the back, putting weight on the trailer to try and weigh it down to get out. To get the bloody van and trailer out of this meeting at Ellsworth after this 2-day national. And so he was always a laugh. Always looked up at Chris a lot, and I still see him now. We still go for a curry and that sort of thing. A good few of us and whatever. But I mean, so I suppose people like that really. Donkey as well. Donk used to go mechanicing for him when I was, a junior and whatever. So I learned a lot there. Had some stuff. I had a bike off him in Kevlars and things like that in the early days. So looked up at people like that. And obviously Donk's at Reading. Yeah, it's a good team there. Around some of you got to see how it all worked, how the Speedway work, in the top division as well. So when you're at the lower ranks coming up, you saw all these guys and how they operated and everything that helped you along. So there were a few people really like that, and obviously, like I say, dad and brother and whatever. Through the time, really.
Top family support there was great. Did you have any superstitions or anything when you raced, Lowell?
I did. I always used to get on the bike on the left.
Did you?
Which someone looked a bit odd. Used to walk up and someone hand you the bike, and you'd done this bloody merry dance, around the outside and around back to try and get. You had to get on the left hand side. I did have a thing at one time that I like to be last out of the changing room.
Oh,
but
did you?
I think the best sort of that wasn't really the best superstition to have, so I had to get rid of that one. Had to get rid of that because ended up last out. And I was always a lot of times I was late to meetings, or I like to turn up quite late. I didn't like to hang around too long. You know what I mean? You hang around and you sort of wind down. I thought I'd like to get there a bit, get there, unload, get sorted, and race. One of those sort of people can wind down before meeting that. But no, and same, left leg in first, and that sort of thing, silly sort of things, really.
Yeah,
as people do.
Did you have any rituals going down to the line or anything? Or
No, well, I always used to kick kick the clutch arm with my right foot. Always. Some people do it. Sometimes you can feel a little bit of when you pull a clutch in, you kick the clutch arm, and you can feel it just going a little bit more, to clear the plates and whatever. And I always used to do that, and in the end, you end up kicking it as you're doing nothing. It's just a habit, kicking it
Routine,
But yeah, those sort of things. People have silly habits,
Did you have any certain engines and stuff that you used to like? And I know a lot of you guys used to name them nicknames and things, certain engines and bikes you liked and that sort of thing. Did you do
that? I did have one. I had a new one off Carl Bloomfield, and it went really well. Went really well for a year or two, and it was going well. But that engine at Oxford, I remember that one flew to bits. Unfortunately, it was going quite well, and I remember I was on the start line, and full throttle, touch in, waiting for the tapes to go up, and then bang, and I felt my feet just like move to the side, and the engine it just punched a hole in the side as big as your fist, and it knocked my feet off the ground, thing blew a bit, all the guts of the bottom of the thing came out, and the sort of main bearing was over there. People were picking hot bits up and giving them to me, and I remember it dropped, it blew so bad it bent all the bloody it bent the engine bolts, the front frame bolts, and so no, that one. So that was no good after that, obviously. But yeah, you always have sort of certain engines that are going well at the time. That was about the best one I had, really.
What were your favourite tracks in the British League?
The favourite track, well, obviously, Edinburgh at the time was favourite. Had some great scores up there. Ended up that was really good to me. Made the right choice to go there. Ended up getting I had some really good meetings there when I got to hang them, in that place. Well, I went okay there from the word go, to be honest. But and the best meeting at Exeter, at Edinburgh, was we left the house. Me and Dad left the house. I'd put something. We packed the van. I'd put something else in the back of the van, or he had. I can't remember, but so we got in the van and we're driving up the main road, up the A14, and I felt a draft at the back of the van, and I said, "What? Sounds like there's a real draft going on. What's that?" And he said, "Oh no." He'd and it dawned on him that he'd put something else in the back of the van, and he'd hooked my leathers on the back of the van on the door, and left the door open. So we turned round and we said, "Shit, my leathers, so we had to turn round. We were past Stone. We had to turn around, go all the way home to get these bloody leathers, to look at them. We were looking over there. We think, where the hell are they? Where the hell are they? Can't carry on with their leathers. We got them back home, and that apparently they'd fallen off just as we turned out the close at home. The neighbour had come out and picked them up at home on the gate. So we put the leathers back in on the gate, and we went. I said to Dad, we're never going to make this. We're never going to make it all the way up 420 miles, 8 hours to end. We're never going to make it. And we were detoured at Cambridge as well, and we had to go around the houses and everything all the way up there. And we got into Edinburgh just as the parade was going on. And we got in there, and there was a sort of a roar of the crowd. Hey, you could see the van on the hill pull up, everyone descended on the van, pulled the bike out, all wound the clutch in and everything like that. And I got back and I was getting changed beforehand. Went out for I was rider replacement heat 1, missed parade, went out heat 1, and I ended up that night. I got a 21 point maximum.
Bloody hell.
That night. Yeah, and I honestly I thought I couldn't believe it. Just went through. I was reserve and noticed I had a road replacement ride and everything, and so it ended up like that. I honestly didn't think I was going to make the meeting, but
That's
ended
mad.
up with 21 point. I remember
Beautiful.
Eddie went up to the bar afterwards, and I got there and it was just beers lined up everywhere. You know, beers, shoving them into my hand. The guy that ran this, Eddie, the guy that owned the stadium, he came up and he shoved a load of money in my hand, and he said, "Oh, I had a bet," because obviously there was a dog track man, and they ran a greyhounds out. And he said, "Hey, this for you." He said, "I had a bet with that you would do it, you wouldn't do it, and I bet you would do it, and I won the bet, and it's yours, you know." So me and Dad, we ended up staying over that night. And obviously, you know, well, that was brilliant. I don't know how we made it back to Mike Hunters or whoever we went to at night. I had some fantastic Edinburgh.
Was that
really?
Oh, Gavin's put. You had a broken seat as well. Is that right? Broken seat too. Gavin put. Gavin.
Yeah, the front seat bracket broke off of on the last race. I kept trying to tape it down, but obviously the pressure on it lifted it up, and the seat was just up my, you know, and managed to get by and win that one. So excellent, really good night. Didn't think I'd make it, and ended up like that. So yeah.
Was that one of the favourite parts of your career at the Edinburgh as well?
Yeah, Edinburgh was really good. Like I said, the people were were fantastic. We had some great support, and we had got to know. I mean, you know, friends for life, really. There, I mean, it was the fans were really supportive, and obviously with the local rivalry with Glasgow as well. I think we made the knockout cup final that year, and with Glasgow, and we'd done well really all the way through the year. And then they decided to put me instead of number 7 to number 2. Brought a guest in and this that, and it didn't really work out. But we should have won the knockout cup final that year. No, Edinburgh was good, really, especially with, like I say, with Glasgow for local derbies as well. Good bunch, and always a good time, always in the bar after, always a good atmosphere, and the supporters club events and that sort of thing was they're always really good. So a lot of support there. You always went away there. We had a load of there was a group of guys called the Emmerdales. I don't know why I can't remember they called the Emmerdales, but they were a load of people. They sponsored me at one stage as well, helped me, you know, they'd travel everywhere they would, you know. And they were good for the club. Like I say, they always had a lot of supporters go to support you at the way meets and that, you know. Yeah, good times.
I know a lot of the Speedway guys used to sort of go on the motocross bikes in the winter and things like that for training. Did you used to do all that as well when you were racing the Speedway?
Yeah, I mean, I come from motocross as well, you know, went to the Speedway, but I remember I did something. I managed to get something together and some money together, and I bought a KTM 125, and it was a bit old and a bit, you know, I'd done some sort of deal with something for it, and I went to Mildenhall when Stuart Nunn at the track at Mildenhall, you know,
Yeah,
start
I
to
remember.
race there. I'd go often on my own because no one else had motocross bikes, and I noticed that initially as well, the Speedway made after racing Speedway and going back on motocross, I was so much quicker. The reactions and all of the the way you rode and everything, and I was, oh my god, I've got to get onto something better than this old KTM, and I got an RM 250, and then I went from there, and carried on with racing. And like I said, I was over the farm at the time with Mark. Mark ended up, I think, getting a YZ 250 off Simon Stevens, and one of his ex doing a deal with some bikes and stuff like that, Speedway bike. And so he'd come out, and I mean, my brother and the Rackhams and Study and people like that, we'd all get bikes. In the end, we kept progressing. I got a perimeter frame Honda. Went on to that. We'd all go out racing, that sort of thing, and more and more of the guys start to get motocross bikes. Then I had a YZ 400 and a 426 with the 4 strokes. I love the 4 strokes, and like I say, got so much quicker, so much. I start to, but that made me train more. Learn to take things, because you had to be fit for the motocross. Well, we'd only go practice, and we'd go all over the show practice, and and there's nothing better than having a weekend with all of you, bands and rocking up and having a race and riding over the weekend, that sort of thing. But yeah, so that was good for me because you had to be fit for that. I had the Belster Brook Ipswich, they gave me a free gym membership. So I'd go there and swim and go to use their gym and everything to get fit, and and put sort of some work into it so that I could be fitter to race the motocross, and hence race the Speedway. And so it made it was a whole sort of different thing then, and obviously in the winter and that, you go out racing, and we had a hell of a crack like that, really. So yeah, and then a lot of the guys kept got the motocross bikes and everything. I know when I had my accident, and I learned, most of the guys used to start getting on the motocross. It really does help you with the fitness and everything, So that was a good thing.
Steady, do you think you've done more laps than points in your career? Steady said.
More laps than pints. No. You haven't had a drink, have you, Lee?
No, I've only been having a little bit of Diet Coke. That's it.
I've got one here.
What's in that?
So that I don't usually drink, but since I'm on here with you, I thought you had a Peroni or something, or a gin.
No, I didn't. I didn't
No,
tonight.
you ain't got your gin on.
No, bloody hell, boring tonight.
No, not everyone will get it, but but some will.
When I first looked at it, it looked like a flipping vase for flowers or something.
Yeah, it's my pride and joy. When you're getting better because your mates start taking the piss.
Yeah.
And this is my birthday present when I got home from hospital.
Bit of plenty of drink in that one.
Yeah, no, the penny might drop. You might not be old enough, but penny might drop in a minute. Hey, I'll tell you what as well. What you'd like.
Go on. What's that, peak? Is that some peak gear? Oh, hello. Got the body armors and all that.
Yeah.
Is that JT body armor? JT? Can see a
Yeah,
peak
you'd love it in here.
top as well. Oh, I would, yeah. Jesus. Look at that peak top and all that as well. Woo.
JT. I don't usually get rid of much and sort of
Nice.
collect stuff over the years, you know. I don't know.
Gonna have to have a trip over when all this COVID shit's
You might
over
do
and
it.
have a good look round. Take some
Yeah,
black bags
hopefully
over
we'll all
with
be
me.
back to some sort of you're a Suzuki man, aren't you?
Wow, I've rode a few of the bikes, but it looks like I could do with a few black bags in that. Oh.
I mean, no, I kept all the Kevlars, and there was a load of stuff donated
Really
for
nice.
me. We after my accident, we had a fund and this, that, and the other sort of to help out at the time, and so a lot of the people donated things. I mean, some of the stuff
Really nice.
went keep those. You're probably too young. Do you remember these?
Yeah, it was a little bit early for me, yeah, but I do remember. Is that the Roberts?
Yeah, plastic boots, Scott boots, and
Yeah.
a couple of guys on there from the motocross might remember them.
Yeah,
I
wow.
remember you had oil that joint in the middle. They were bloody uncomfortable.
Bloody hell.
Tend to hoard things and keep.
When they used to have them
things
covers, didn't they? What was those? They used to have them. People used to wear them cover things over boots and stuff then as well around that.
Oh, the leg gaiters, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff if you had it today it used to be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
100%. Yeah.
But no, it was good. I had after my accident, I had a lot of stuff donated, and I never want to really get rid of a lot of things.
Yeah, good idea, mate. Because I didn't literally have not got much of my stuff, and I wish I'd kept a lot more of it. So it's really nice.
Most things, the stuff was donated.
Love to have a rummage and have a look through all that stuff. All your helmets and all that are really cool as well. Is that a Villeman top down there as well, and race jackets? And
yeah, that was signed. That was Dave. That was Captain Sorber got me that. Through Davey Coombs, I think.
You'll have to keep your eye on this as well, because I'm got hold of his contact, David Villeman, as well. So I'm going to be having him on. Pichon as well. Cool.
Most of the stuff. No, I kept it like I said.
Flipping Zeb Tortelli give me Villeman's contact, so I've actually spoke to him on WhatsApp, and he's hopefully gonna do one, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, no, I saw that one. Really good interviews. Love what you do. It's brilliant. It's like I've been watching from early on. You know, they're excellent. Some of the guys, you know, that have been on just incredible.
Amazing.
You know, these guys from early on, and then to be interviewing them now, unbelievable.
Amazing. Really. Crazy, man. Really loving it. Get you guys on. Was there any? I'll ask you a couple more before we go. Was there any other teams that you nearly signed for you didn't sign for? Did you ever nearly sign for Swindon or anything like that? Or
no, Coventry. Like I said, early on they wanted me and Sean to go to Coventry. But so I nearly went there. I was torn between the two, but John Campbell, you know, made us an offer to go there, you know, and I chose that at the end of the day. And that turned out to be good move for me. But loads of places. There was Trelawney and people I nearly went to instead of Exeter. You know, certain places really, all sorts. There was Berwick. I nearly went to Berwick
Did you?
a few times. I loved that track there. And no, it's all sorts of places, but I'm more than happy ending up where I ended up. Oxford was a move with Pavard. I sort of didn't have too much of a choice in, but that turned out just fantastic, So no, not Swindon. The only, mind you, I guessed for Swindon a few times. Pete Toogood wanted me to. Yeah, Pete Toogood did want me to row for Swindon. Actually, I did nearly go there when
Did
I
you?
left. Yeah, well, I left Oxford.
Mm.
Oxford actually dropped me 1 year, and I ended up going to Newport and breaking my leg. But Pete Toogood really wanted to sign me, and they like I said, I went to Newport. They what was it? How was it? But I guessed it for. I did guess for Swindon a few times. I did go to excellent. I remember one time they what was it? Exeter had I was staying with Simon, but no, sorry. So yeah, this was, they wanted me to guest for them up at Glasgow. Glasgow was coming back to Glasgow. Glasgow was probably my favorite track, and sorry, hang on. Sorry. And I went away from bloody Newport all the way up to Glasgow to get to Swindon for Paul Fry. Drove all the way overnight, and we had with me, Simon, and another one of my mates. We went all the way up there because I rode Glasgow well, but that was probably my favourite track, Glasgow. But yeah, but Pete Toogood did want me to. Sorry, I've got to charge this again. My bloody phone's nearly going flat. Sorry if I'm rambling. I'm buying the time to charge my bloody phone up.
That's all right. I just had Steady come on. He put great interview, boys, and stay safe, lol. Steady.
Thanks, mate. My top drawer. The battery back. Sorry, battery's gone down. We'll never. Yeah, no, cool. Did someone?
Kenneth put Lee. Thank you for a brilliant interview with Lowell. Please tell him we miss coming down to see him and his family.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully we can get when all this stuff is over and everything's working and what have you. We can get to people can sort of start seeing each other again and things can get back to normal, really, because hopefully now that if all this COVID is going, if the vaccines are working and we get most of the people, the vulnerable people, protected and whatever, I don't see any reason. I feel so bad for the promoters and the other people that are all the other people that are behind the scenes and help, and like I say, promoters. It's not just the promoters; everyone who put the time and effort into these places. You feel so bad that you looks like they're going to be shut until May, something like that.
Looks like
to get back at just some of these mad, some of these crazy rules. You can, I can't see why. Sort of 1,000, 1,500 people can't go to watch a speedway meeting out in the fresh air. With a commitment some of these guys have done with, like signing people. You look at Crumpy and and Barney down at Plymouth. You know, these the work and effort to put these people, you know, to get these people signed up, and you know, it just keeps when certain rules, you know, are allowed certain things that and not allowed other things. You know, some of it doesn't really
some
make
of it
sense.
don't add up. No, it doesn't add up, does it? Some of it.
I mean, you know, even if you have people wear picking mask outside or something like that, get the Speedway, get it going. You know, people want to see it. Mind you, I think the crowds will be absolutely huge if they did open up as soon as they did. You added like a season and a half or whatever.
I think there'll be a lot of interest. Yeah, be a lot of interest.
People are gagging to get out and watch some of this stuff, aren't they? You know, get going with things, really.
Definitely.
You know, it's hopefully it'll all go the right way. Really, things are looking up. You know?
Phil Alkin said, "Did you like the Stoke track?"
Not really, no. Not really. All holes and ruts and bumps poking through it. For my liking, it wasn't one of the better sort of. It was one of my best tracks, really. Not okay there, but you know, not the best one.
Steady wants to know if you've had the vaccine yet.
I haven't. I woke up a week and a half ago with a pressure area on my right leg, so I haven't been able to get out or anything. Yeah, just like I say, you can be. You know, it's. I think it was pressure off my wheelchair on the bar on the outside of my knee. I woke up and the thing had just blown up, and things like that can just come at the drop of a hat. I'd rolled over in my sleep. I lay on my left side, and in the middle of the night, I lay on my right, and just to relieve pressure on that. But I woke up and my leg had just blown up, so that's put me back a long way. I can't fit too long in my chair. I've had a pad it all out to stop my leg from, you know, it was on the borderline with being full blown infection on it. So I thought it was all going to be cancelled because I thought it was going to end up in hospital. I've had a history of cellulitis in arms and legs and that sort of thing. When you get infection, is the worst thing that can happen to us guys. You know, you can just at the drop of a hat and wake up and boom, you can get an infection off a pressure area. That sort of thing is horrendous. You know, it can really, it can put you in hospital just like that. So, but yeah, so I haven't been able to go out or anywhere. But yeah, I'll get around and see that. Hopefully, it will all work out with this vaccine business and things will get back to normal. You know?
So he's put brilliant evening, guys. You should write a book.
My brother just put something hotel?
Yeah, about hotel settee, wasn't it?
that relates to Glasgow as well.
Oh, does it?
Because yeah, let's say Glasgow Ashfield was probably my favourite track. We rode at Workington one night, and Workington, I mean, Stoney was riding there, and he made the GPs, you know, and Workington was just it went manic, you know. On the crowds were huge at Workington. It was all going off there, you know, and there was so many, you know, fans and everything like that. We rode at Workington that night, and after the meeting, we went down and me and my mate and everything, my dad, we stayed at the hotel, and we went into town to get something to eat after, and we ended up in this nightclub. I mean, half the bloody Speedway in this nightclub. So we got in this nightclub, and it's all working as a little bit of a, you know, with all due respect, it's a bit of a sort of a dead end town. It's out on a limb, you know, out on there, and they were well into the Speedway. We couldn't. people, because obviously we were racing the Speedway and whatever, me and my mate, we were in there getting bought drinks all night and that sort of thing, and we had a laugh, and it was pissing down the rain outside, and we thought, well, I think one thing led to another, and we thought, well, this is not going to really be on anyway, you know, tomorrow, you know, what just carry on, you know. We thought, there's no way. Ended up staggering back, ended up at the hotel, one of these hotels, and I didn't realise, but I don't know how I got split up from my mate, but we're a bit worse for wear, to say the least. Struggled to get back to the room, and this hotel had 3 floors, and I was up and down, worse for wear, highly unprofessional. I know, you know, but just only obviously a one-off, a blip, but went up and down through the, you know, and couldn't find the bloody room. Could not find my room, and I went up and down all the 3 floors looked exactly the same, and it was one of those chaise lounge, you know, those lounge things on the side there, and I ended up just laying on that, thinking, well, I'll find it in a minute, and I'll had it, you know, laying on that. I woke up in the morning on that, and it was daylight in the morning, and obviously I'd slept all night on that in the corridor. But when I looked about 4 doors up, there was a shoe half out the way of the door, you know, holding its door open. And what my dad had done was he'd put the shoe there to leave the door open for me all night from when we got in. And so I'd slept all night on that, you know, and anyway, of course, I brightened up the next day, meeting was on, lovely. So I had to drive up to bloody Glasgow. So absolutely crap, you know, in the van and everything. And what I didn't know is I'd got to Glasgow, and what I didn't know is a supporters club had stayed there. Supporters club and the coach, they'd all stayed there that night as well. And what I didn't realise, that someone had spoke to Colin and said about a bit concerned about Lawrence, blah blah blah. The supporters had got up in the morning, walked by me all the way down to breakfast in the morning, and there's me passed out on this sofa on the thing. So they'd gone down to breakfast, yeah, all the way down, and saw this, like, oh, this is a number 1 or number 3 there, you know, he's got a road for us tonight. And not only that, they walked all the way back from breakfast as well, walked by as well. They were quite disgusted.
Still there.
I was still there, and I just one of them things, like I say, you know. And but yeah, we got to Glasgow, got out. I think I had about 13 that night as well, and one heat 15. So Glasgow was always a good track for me, you know.
Sounds like it all worked out anyway.
Yeah. But no, it was all good. It was all good.
Right, I'm just going to bring my daughter in, Lawrence.
Yeah.
She's Poppy here. Look, she just wrote on YouTube as well, bless her. She's been sat really good by the side of over here watching.
Yeah.
And she's put, hey, what's your favourite bike to ride? And she put, I love watching these lives. Come on in. And say hello to Poppy.
Hiya, Poppy. How you doing?
Wave.
Yeah, you having a good day with your dad?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
So what did you want to ask? You wanted to ask what his favourite bike was?
Yeah.
My favourite bike to ride? My favourite bike to ride was my YZ 400.
Was it?
Yeah, that was a favourite bike. That was brilliant. We'd go out motocrossing on those, you know, and like I say, a load of the people had got them, and I remember people were like, I think Guy Nichols had got one as well. He was got one of the first ones, and Mark Lorham and whatever, and, you know, and we'd all go out racing on the weekend, and that was the biggest crack. That was the favourite bike ever. But non Speedway, I know, but Speedway wise, yeah, whatever bike is going well for you. But there's nothing better than to, you know, a few vans and turning up and having a Sunday out racing with your mates and things like that. Fantastic. And obviously appreciative to all those guys. Mentioned Guy, you know, they helped me with the early on, you know, after my accident, a lot of the guy and my uncle Vic Harney Lynn, they done some benefit stuff, meetings, and help with all sorts of stuff, you know, to help me through, just to mention there, you know, that was eternally thankful for all that. But no, some good times with that. But I know it's non sort of speedway related, but that was the most enjoyable bike, speedway wise, you know. Bike was going good at the time, really.
Yeah.
I must just say as well,
Mm-hmm.
can you must wish Papa Hare happy birthday. It's his birthday today.
Oh, okay.
So happy birthday, Pop.
Yeah, happy birthday to him from all of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like the speedway and the motocross, don't you? Yeah. She's my little sidekick.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we can get. Hopefully, you know, your meeting will take off. You know, about at Fox Hills. You know, all the best for that, mate. I mean, it's just getting everyone together there. Some of the
Well, whatever we do, Lawrence, you'll be definitely invited. It'd be cool to get you down, mate. It'd be a privilege to have you there.
yeah, I mean, some of the people, you know, that you've interviewed, fair play to you, mate. These things are brilliant. Always tune into them, and they're good. Keep all this up. Got some mad, you know, people to interview lined up. Hopefully it'll keep going, really. But
Yeah.
no,
Are you on? Obviously, you on any social media, Lawrence? If anyone wanted to give you a shout, or
yeah, Facebook really. Facebook. Twitter. Yeah, was on that, but Facebook really. Now it's all it's on there really, but I don't. You have to bite your tongue a bit with certain things and what have you. But you know, with all that's going on in the world, it's just mad times, absolutely mad, really. But yeah, I mean, I'll Facebook really. You know, I don't go on as much as much as I used to, but I'm always about. I think my website was still there at one point. I have to maybe get on the Chris Brown and get the website up going again, really. But,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but hopefully, I don't know. Any more questions or anything?
Bless her. Look, my daughter just put, "This is so cool. I've never seen a famous rider before live."
Famous rider for. She's
Bless
seen
her.
plenty of your interviews, hasn't she?
She come on to one, didn't you, before, with a motocross one, not a speedway rider. She's not spoke to, but she spoke to Mickey Diamond, I think, when I did Mickey Diamond, American.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that one.
So you're
That
her
was
first
fun.
speedway one. So you're her first speedway one. So she's happy.
Bless her.
Bless her. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
no, Mickey Diamond. The Mickey Diamond one was really good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I've got some of his. Do you remember his High Point kit?
Yes.
I had that.
Did you?
Yeah.
There, yeah. Got some right memorabilia, haven't you?
I think it's this one.
Got another speedway rider writing about you on here, Poppy. Look, Gary Stead. Look, he's put "Bless her, Poppy Panda."
Is it that one?
Yes. Cool. Jesus, you got some serious gear there. Definitely gonna have to pop round and have a look round like that.
I tend to keep everything, and well, Lucy says I hoard everything really, just over the period of time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that. It was adult. I suppose I had that about 88 or something like that. He had that white gear, yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
And that, you know, when kit, all the stuff was really cool, you know.
Very.
But it's all sort of morphed into the same stuff now. But some of the Sinsalo and the JT and the
Beautiful.
different things were cool at the time, you know.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to come over. Love to come over one day, mate. That'd be cool.
cheap stuff, cars, bikes, and all sorts of things, really. But
Got some
yeah.
serious gear there. Got some serious nice stuff there.
yeah, I think I don't know.
Right. Sorry, I thought you said something.
No, any other questions or anything? What you want? Whatever.
I was gonna. Someone's just put. I will ask you that before we go. Someone put that up. I was laughing. Jake Rackman put. Did you ever give Dewey a run for his money at motocross?
What was that? Did you ever give Dewey a run for
Money at motocross? Jake Rackman's put
Yeah,
that.
we've both used to bang bars sometimes, you know, often out practicing really. Dewey had an all out sort of style. He looked all over the show and looked he was good, you know, ran this way in. I think it's NGR over 25s and things like that. He done it, you know, he should have won that championship and things there. But we'd go practicing together, all us group of lads, and we always used to have some good racing there, really. But yeah, I could go. I remember going, like I say, the Speedway made me so much quicker than motocross. We go to Mildenhall and then with Cole Nunn and people who were riding there, you know, and John Barfoot, we'd go out with them and racing. Yeah, some really good. I mean, I was much quicker then than before when I was racing. I could hang on to some of these guys for about a lap, you know, but just could not. That was it. I was done, you know. But absolutely done. And it's a pity, you know, you couldn't, if you got fitter and had more time on the bike and racing and that sort of thing, you could have got better and better, really. But it did stand you in good stead for the Speedway as well. Both go hand in hand, you know. Made you a better rider all round. Yeah.
Every time I say I better let you go, someone comes on with something good. I better ask. And now Roscoe's just come on. He's put ask Lol when he threw Colin Meredith's program in a puddle at Oxford.
Oh mate, that was that year that you shared that I got that Max, and we had a brilliant team spirit and everything. But the trouble is, if we're at home, me and Roscoe were 6 and 7, and regardless, regardless of what happened there, if we were down, come heat, heat 7, 2s and 7, heat 8 or the 2s and 7s.
Yeah,
we'd get
heat 8, yeah.
Heat 8, yeah, the 2s and 7s. One of us, whoever it was, we'd get taken out. It doesn't matter how good we were going or not, we'd get taken out. And you know, you're losing a bit and whatever. And you think, well, I had a decent ride in my first race. I'm getting taken out again. You know, this race and I'd had enough one day, and Colin Meredith said, "Lowell, you're out of this one," and I just, I'd had it, and I turned and left the bike and whatever. Flip, took the program out of his hand, tore the thing up, and just stormed off. Said, "Oh, enough of this," you know, and threw it in a puddle, and that was it. And went out to watch a race, and thought, well, that's the lot, you know. And Colin didn't know where to look, you know, and whatever. But I mean, didn't stop anything. I was taking it the next time we were down anyway. It didn't matter, win, lose, or even if you'd won your first race. We always, and me and Roscoe used to have a laugh. Oh, here we go, you know, like this. But it's one of them things, you know, if you're down and you have to do it for the team. But there's a breaking point. Some people have to, you know, you just get totally pissed off with certain things. You think, well, that's my earner. That is, you know, that's the easiest heat for me, and the one where I'm most likely to do well. And you instantly, you know, you're out and that sort of thing. You think, yeah, but
frustrating, very frustrating. Yeah.
That's the way it goes, and that is team racing, and you know, team racing and that. But no, that was quite. We always have a laugh about that, Roscoe.
Just see
Brilliant.
Wayne Carter's just come on, look, and he's put. I loved that purple tranny you had.
Yeah, the purple tranny. it's hard to believe. It's 86. I signed for Edinburgh. I have to have a 420-mile trip each way, and I got a D-Reg Transit. But Rackham's painted up in their purpley colours, because they used to sponsor me and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I signed for Exeter, like I say, 420-mile round trip each way. So it's 840, and touch wood, the thing never let us down really. The steering nipped up once, and we had to cut the gator and spray WD-40 all through it because the steering nearly seized up. But the thing, and that purple tranny went everywhere, everywhere up and down the country and all the way through. And so many trips and so many memories in that van is just insane. I mean, the times I'd wake up to sort of da-dun, like that, and I'd wake up and it'd be about 4 a.m. on the way home, and Papa Hare would be driving at 40 miles an hour in the middle of the road, hitting all the bloody hitting the cat's eyes and the what I mean, all waving all over the cane, and like that. And I'd get home in the morning about 8 o'clock, and I'd come down my road off the motorway, and I'd often pass some of my mates that were going to work, because we used to just drive all the way up there and all the way down, all the way back. It's just, I cannot believe how I did it at the time, but you just do, and it's just that thing when you're a junior and you're younger and you're then breaking into sort of first team stuff. You go where you feel you're wanted and go where you think is best for you, and it was a good move. But yeah, Wayne was, I think it was the first race I ever won at Mildenhall. I beat Wayne, and that was the first race I ever won. That was a great lad.
You put yourself some good races, dude. Top lad.
Yeah. No, it was all good. But that tranny, some memories in that. We did go to. I did go from. I remember picking an engine up. We were in that van, picking an engine up from Bloomfield on the way up to Edinburgh, and Andy and what was that? Stop me, we went. I picked an engine up. And we were late again on the way to Edinburgh, and my brother and Andy, we stopped and quickly filled some fuel up, and they got in the back of the van, and in the back of the van all the way up, because it was late to Edinburgh, they put an engine in the back of the van. They were trying to shove it in the back, and then obviously rolling around and everything, with left and right of a sprawling all over the shed. It's me getting changed in the van because we were going to be late to yet another meeting at Edinburgh. They're putting the bike in the back of the van, and they've got it there, and they've almost got it started in the back of the van as we're still turning up to the meeting, And that van was legendary. It done some bloody miles and everything. That was, compared with the stuff and that's the kit nowadays that people have, it's just night and day. Absolutely incredible, really. Yeah.
Daryl's just put, that's great to see that Poppy is into motocross and speedway, and a great interview with Lowell. Brilliant special guest appearance, Poppy, with your dad, talking of these legends. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Bless her.
Yeah, I hope you had a good day with her, mate.
Yeah. Just got her earlier on, and we'll have her for the weekend. I think we're going to pop up to go and have a look at Fox Hill, won't we, over the weekend? We like to do that every now and then and have a little walk around, so you might see us on there on some live video at some point.
Yeah, hopefully your meeting will get on there. It'd be awesome, with everyone getting together and stuff like that, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think if we can, like you said, I think that reunion would be really, really cool. I think it'd be a great weekend. So yeah, fingers crossed we can make that happen.
I'm sure a lot of the Speedway boys will, get together as well with the motocross boys and get some kit and bits and pieces down there. You know,
that's what I want. Yeah, like I said, a few guys have mentioned it. Ronnie Corrie's, a few guys have mentioned to me they'd like to come. So definitely want some sort of stand or something with some Speedway gear, some old bikes, stuff like that would be cool. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. That would be really good.
Really cool. Really appreciate your time, buddy. It's been awesome. I really enjoyed it.
It's okay, mate. Yeah, sorry we were a bit unprepared earlier.
That's all right. We've more than made up for it. We have.
I got a Chromebook that won't connect to Chrome.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it?
nor the tablet as well. But I've got it on the phone, and it just held. Yeah, it just held. I'm on about 3% with charger in it now. So
all right, here we go.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate it. Enjoyed going through your memories and reminiscing over the photos and the videos. It was really cool. Great stuff.
Good, mate. No worries. Pleasure to do it. Really, you know, privilege. Hence some of the names you have on here. It's just incredible. Keep it all up. Always look forward to the notifications and these things when they go live. So brilliant, mate. Thanks very much.
Thanks, buddy. Pleasure's all mine with you, mate. Really, really enjoyed it. I'll share all the link up from this tomorrow as well, and I'll send it to you if you want to share any of it or anything like that. Any of the people that couldn't see it live, they can check it out. So we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, good, mate. Okay.
We'll keep in touch anyway, Lawrence. I've enjoyed our chats over the last week or so. It's been cool.
Yeah, good. Okay, Lee. Thanks for the opportunity anyway. Okay,
much
brilliant.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks very much. Take it easy. Cheers, Lowell.
Yeah, bye.
Ciao, bye, mate. Cheers, mate. Brilliant. Really cool that was with Mr. Lawrence Hare there. Really cool. Thanks for all your questions as well, by the way, tonight, people. That was beautiful. We had loads of great questions on there tonight, and great to see all his family and friends and all the guys he's been involved with over the years. That was really cool to see you all on. A lot of the Speedway guys as well, really good. Just a quick catch up then. So the weekend's free, and then on Monday night, 7 p.m, I'm going to have Chris Louie and Jeremy Doncaster on together. So really looking forward to that one. That should be really good. Then I'm going to carry on with the BSMA Motocross Legends series with Carl Bowfield on Thursday night, 7 p.m. And then I've got the following Monday, the 8th of March, 7 p.m. with Greg Hancock. So that should be superb. Looking forward to that. And then another BSMA Motocross legend, Mr. Stephen Holmes, the Welsh wizard himself, be on Thursday, the 11th of March, 7 p.m. And then I will keep you all updated of what else I'm sorting out. So obviously still got the bike competition going. That will be a week old from tomorrow. That'll been running for a week. And I can see there's messages on my phone. So thanks to people that are messaging me about that. So I will catch up with them as soon as I come off of here. And when me and Poppy have some supper, eh, Poppy? We'll have some supper, and then I'll check out all their messages. Yeah. So all I needed to say. When this bike competition is finished, I've not got it up here at the moment because Poppy's here for the weekend, but I'm going to be doing the once this bike's sorted out, we're going to do the Ken Roxon signed GP shirt that I've got here, and then after that I'm going to do the Ricky Carmichael signed jersey as well after that as well, before we do anything else. So got that to check out as well. Thanks very much for coming on, Gav. Phil Alkin as well, and you, Andy. Rackham, how's it going? Nice one, Lee. Thanks, mate. Thanks for your questions as well. It's cool to reminisce over the Lowell's career. Exactly that, mate. The privilege was definitely ours to speak to him. Yep. So I will catch up with you guys on Monday then. Hopefully I'll get to see a load of you guys on Monday night, 7 p.m. for Chris Louie and Jeremy Doncaster. It should be really interesting. That'll be only my second one with two together at the same time. The last one was Bruce Pennell with Eric Gunderson. Went really well with the two guys together. So hopefully that should work out really well as well. So look forward to that. So I will see you all Monday. And if anyone wants any tickets for the bike, you can message me on any of my social media or WhatsApp or my texts or whatever. If you've got my number's on the website as well. If you want to do that, that's not a problem. Anytime. And we'll catch up with you then. I'll leave you with my dad's quote, as I always do after these interviews. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. So I will wish you all a good weekend. Fruity Friday is here. Have a good weekend, people. And hopefully we can get past this COVID soon and out of this lockdown at the end of March, hopefully, isn't it? And a few guys are going back to motocross tracks and things like that, practicing. So hopefully we can get things moving into the right direction. So much appreciated for your company, guys and girls. See you all soon. Ciao, Bella. Thank you very much.